At least we're getting it right now.
Love the L train.
Live from Chicago, everybody, here to cover the NBA draft where 30 families' lives will change forever. It's going to be an awesome day. Get to see a couple of NBA stars or future NBA stars. I'm also joined by some awesome people from The Athletic. CJ Moore, who covers college basketball for us here at The Athletic, and Zach Harper, newsletter, The Bounce, the writer of it all. How are you guys doing? Are you guys excited for today?
Yeah, it's really exciting. Draft's always fun.
Mm-hmm.
You watch these guys all year long and see these young men achieve their dreams is always a special moment.
Let me say this. There's always someone who's like, we should abolish the draft. We should never abolish the draft. It's one of my favorite nights every year of the basketball calendar. I love the draft.
Is there still abolish the draft
there's
talk?
always an abolish the draft talk.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah,
I guess you're right. Well, look, they're changing the draft. This is kind of like the last version of the NBA draft that people will see as we know it. There's going to be lottery reform and all those type of things that should change everything. But before we get into draft talk, and as we kind of like look through the rest of this night, which will be a long one, appreciate you guys tuning in with us as always. But Giannis Antetokounmpo got traded yesterday, and that sent shockwaves around the NBA after 900 days of Giannis Antetokounmpo trade rumors. First reaction, what are your thoughts? Giannis going to Miami.
I think Milwaukee got the best package they could. Mm-hmm. Now, there's an argument of once Damian Lillard got hurt last year, should they have seen the writing on the wall and be like, look, we should get into this now instead of hoping that everything will just work out because we bring in Miles Turner plus $22 million of dead cap for the next 5 seasons each season. But for what the situation was, I do believe like this was the best trade package. You could say like, but Jaylen Brown's an MVP candidate, all NBA. Accurate. But then you just go through this with him a year from now, 2 years from now, and you're not getting the same trade package for him that you got for Giannis. So they get a bunch of picks. They get to prey on the downfall of Miami, which that'll be fun to do.
Prey on the downfall of Miami in 4 years.
In 4 years, right, which is exactly when you would want that to happen. And, Tyler Hero, maybe you flip him, maybe you keep him. I'm a big Khalil Ware guy. I think he's had an awesome start to his career. Jaime Jaquez has really rebounded last year. So I think they got a pretty good haul for him. You're just never going to get something that you're like, I'm so glad we traded Giannis.
Yeah. To your point, the timing made it a lot more difficult for them to get the haul that they could expect for Giannis, which is a guy who, we mentioned this on our kind of reaction podcast, but he has been a top 5 MVP candidate from 2019 to 2025. Basically, when he's healthy, the dude is averaging 30, 11, and 6. Thank you very much. Andrew Schlecht, who's also producing for us here.
Great burst there. You can really see his first step.
We're breaking down the game already, fans. That's right. Good activity. In and out. Yes. Team player,
Bit of an attitude problem, actually, now that I think about it.
He's the only one of us rocking the company's apparel.
That's right,
that's true. We actually should have all been wearing athletic sweaters.
I don't think I own one. I don't think I've been given a coffee mug a lot. I don't think I ever got the sweater, though,
Wow.
You forget to sign up for it.
I think that's what happened.
Here's a guy who's not on Slack.
Someone says fill out a form. I never do it. Yeah.
Well, look, it is draft time, and I think the Giannis conversation is interesting. Moving forward with the Miami Heat, it'll be very, very fascinating to see what they build. But they also, the Milwaukee Bucks, acquired the 13th pick in this draft. In that range, they now have pick number 10, CJ, and pick number 13. Where do you guys think they might go? Because it's one of the bigger, more important inflection points of this draft tonight is what Milwaukee will do in all of this.
Yeah, I think there's a chance they try to move up, right? Mm-hmm. Package those two picks and try to move up to maybe target one of the guards if they think Mikal Brown's not going to be there, if they think obviously Acuff's not going to be there, Wagler's not going to be there. Like if those guys aren't going to be there and they're saying that's the guy we want, I could see them trying to package those and move up. If you're going to stay there, I don't know. There's been all over the board, and CJ would know better than I would, but like all over the board on what is someone like Nate Ament, right? Is he a guy that do you take a risk on him at 10, or do you hope that hey, if we're going to grab him, maybe he'll be available at 13. There's a bunch of guys you can maybe quote unquote reach for, a Christian Anderson, one of those guys. But they're all super intriguing prospects, like 1 through 20, 22, like that you can find a lot of talent. And as you rebuild this team, you need a lot of talent.
And it's do you want to go really young, or do you want a guy like a Yaxel who's older and will maybe help you be competitive right away? I think when you trade a guy like that, you're probably just going you probably just take swings on young as possible. Yeah. So and Nate Ament's probably a year away from being a year away, right?
That seems like the case.
Maybe that's a good guy to get on Giannis's eating and weight program that he was on back in the day, and see if you can, he's never going to be Giannis, but I would think that they would take some, especially if they keep both of them, like you just go and get your guys that you want to take some swings on and go upside. So be interesting, but it's kind of sad, like as a guy who doesn't follow the NBA all the time, but like when those franchise stars that are a part of like
the fabric,
that's what you think of Milwaukee Bucks, and that you can't hold on to them. Like that's always a bummer to me.
I mean, look, I will credit the Bucks. They tried everything they possibly could for like 6 seasons in a row, and they would pull a rabbit out of their hat, whether it's trading for Drew Holiday, trading for Damian Lillard, even the Miles Turner thing, even though it was very, very desperate of them to do, it was an attempt to try and keep him in the building. And it just eventually it runs its course. Eventually it becomes untenable to have that guy on your franchise. And ultimately they got a package. They got a haul. I'm not going to say it's like the greatest haul they possibly could have gotten.
Right.
But it was something that they could work with moving forward. Now, I will say, to like the future of the Bucks, they don't have any of their picks from 2027 to 2030.
You kind of got to be good. You can't be bad.
You can't be bad, but like, how do you do that with this roster that they have?
And that's maybe why you go like a Yaxel at 10.
Sure,
right?
Maybe,
and kind of pairs with the guys that you got.
Right. I think an important thing to remember too with the whole, you see a lot of people going, if Rudy Gobert goes for 4 firsts and Mikal Bridges goes for 5 firsts, and then what does Giannis go for? Well, unfortunately, them's not the times anymore, right? A lot of picks are hoarded in a way that you can't just say, oh, well, then Giannis should go for 8, 9, 10 picks because it's only what's available at the time. He is 32. There is risk in it. Not everyone's going to be able to cobble that many picks together.
Okay, so I see that the Washington Wizards are on the clock. And for people who are watching with us at home, we are going to play spoilers, okay? We are going to go based on the reports that we see before the clock actually goes to 2.
I hate that.
I know. It is what it is.
I try to always say on Twitter on the draft night, I want to see it on TV, but let's spoil it. Do we know?
We don't know yet. No report yet about where the Washington Wizards will go with this pick. And so I will ask you guys, the experts, who do you guys want the Washington Wizards to pick? CJ, I'll go with you first.
I mean, I think that they will go AJ Dybantsa, and it's the safest thing to do here. He fits with what they already have and what they need. He is an unbelievable talent, and I don't think you can go wrong, obviously, but
we've seen it before,
you can't go wrong. If we were having this conversation last June or July.
Yeah.
Okay, who is it?
Well, again, I think they've beat the reports.
That can't be possible. I would also go AJ. I understand the Darryn Peterson conversation. AJ's 6'9", crazy athlete. Still so much that he can learn. Obviously, he's only 19 years old.
AJ Dybantsa.
It is AJ Dybantsa.
The pick is in. The pick is in. It is AJ Dybantsa going to the Washington Wizards, and you guys both picked it. You guys called it out. I mean, just from a fit perspective, looking forward, this is a guy who is like you guys said, a 6'9" forward with a knack to score.
Yeah.
A wildly talented athlete. I think he has the tools to be a very, very good defender at the NBA level. Tools is key. Tools is absolutely key, but he has the tools to be a good defender at the NBA level. And I think between, Alex Sarr, Trae Young, who they just paid max money to, maybe we can get into that a little bit, but
we should.
They are starting to build out a roster that is trying to be competitive in the Eastern Conference. When you look at this Wizards roster and where AJ might fit into it, what do you see?
I mean, he's obviously a day one starter, right? Yeah. Like they have so much youth on this team, and there's a lot to like. Keyshawn George, really good.
Yeah.
Bilal Coulibaly, when healthy, really good. I like Trey Johnson. I like Bub Carrington. Like I like the leap that Alex Sarr made from year 1 to year 2. I thought was very encouraging. There's a lot of young talent. Yes, AD probably going to be there this next season. We don't fully know, but Trae Young definitely going to be there next season. AJ for me slots in. If AD's there, then I think he should probably be your number 2 scoring option. Obviously, Trae Young's a great scorer or can be a great scorer, but his job here is to set people up.
Yeah, be a facilitator.
Yeah, be a facilitator.
Offense. Absolutely.
I think, though, you want to get AJ established early and often. I'm not always a big fan of, just give this guy, carte blanche, let him do whatever. I do think you should have to earn some certain stuff, but maybe that comes within the pecking order of Trae and AD and AJ.
For what it's worth, I think that also sets up AJ to have a really interesting rookie season because he's not being asked to carry the creation load, carry the offensive usage for a team. He's going to have to kind of fit into a group of with guys who are established stars in this league. How do you think that might play into year 1 for AJ in Washington?
It's going to be an adjustment because he has always been so ball dominant. BYU this year was basically him and Rob Wright taking turns, like having the ball. I think a big thing for him and where his ceiling ends up is how does he develop as an outside shooter? Because from the mid post, really good. From the mid range, he can rise up and his line drives go in.
Yeah.
Awesome at attacking the paint. Really good downhill guy. But his jump shot is super flat, and I have concerns with how does that translate to the NBA line. I don't think guys that don't have much arc on their shots that they transition very well to that line. That's where he's going to have to improve. But I will say, having spent time around that program, the preseason, been around those guys a few times this year, he is a guy that will work, is very curious, asks a lot of questions. I think it's good that he's going to a franchise with some guy, AD, Trae Young, guys that have been around. I think that they will like him because he's going to look at them as mentors.
Right.
And he's not going to come in. Well, he comes in with a swag and I belong type attitude. He also is a guy that I don't think will rub them the wrong way just because he wants to learn. He has that a really good growth mindset that I think will be appreciated by them. So I like this or a lot of ways, but playing with AD, Trae, if he can make outside shots, obviously he's a much more effective scorer, and that's going to be where it maybe takes a little time.
Look, this is traditional, not even traditional, but wings are always important in the NBA. Those type of players, AJ, this type of player is just essential to building out a championship level team. We've seen it multiple times. And I'm excited. I think Wizards fans should be excited about this pick. This is so many times over the last couple of years, they have tried to tank to get that number 1 pick, to get the Wemby of the world, to get Cooper, whoever it is. This is that guy. And this is a generational draft. Hopefully it plans out. We'll see what happens. Can we do a little prediction? Let's try and map out the rest of this draft. Now that we know that AJ Dybantsa is number 1, who goes to? Let's go back and forth. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I mean, to me, it has to be Peterson, number 2.
Yeah.
1 from a talent standpoint and potential. And that's not a knock on Cam Boozer. I think he's going to be really good. I just think Peterson has that star quality and that potential.
Yeah.
Plus, they've got Lauri Markkanen, they've got Jaren Jackson Jr. They're trying to re-sign Walker Kessler, I assume, at some point, although those negotiations aren't going great. There's no spot for Cam Boozer on that roster or in that starting lineup.
Yeah.
So Peterson fills a need. You can actually bring Ace Bailey along a little slower because there's not as much pressure. And this is a team that should try to win this season. I think Peterson fits into that.
Well, I have some news. The pick is in.
Okay.
The Utah Jazz will be selecting Darryn Peterson with the number 2 overall pick. You just made the pitch
They
for
had to
it.
make it through tears because AJ was gone. They've been trying to set this up with the AJ show for 2 years.
Yeah, they absolutely have. I mean, like between Utah prep and obviously BYU, there were so many connections between AJ Dybantsa and Utah, but it ends up being Darryn Peterson. There were reports, obviously, that Darryn Peterson did not work out with the Utah Jazz and that he was dead set on Washington and Washington only. He wanted to be the number 1 pick. Who doesn't want to be the number 1 pick in the NBA draft? In terms of Darryn Peterson, he had a weird college season. Undeniably weird.
What happened?
The
Because, like, as someone who was just kind of checking in here and
The
there.
weirdest
How do
thing
you
I've
become
ever
allergic
covered.
to creatine is my thing, you know, but
I don't. The creatine, that was an interesting play by his PR, whatever, the machine.
Look, who knows what that stuff does?
Yeah.
No one knows.
Yeah. I mean, I'm skeptical of the creatine story, but I do think he is closer to being normal. He was getting closer to being normal late in the year. What happened, from my understanding, the reporting I've done, is Kansas has a boot camp every year. They run those guys really, really hard. I think he got really dehydrated. He cramped up really bad, had to go to the hospital because the cramps were so bad.
wow.
And it scared the crap out of him. And like he felt like he was dying.
Right.
And I think that not only was he continuing to deal with the cramps as the season wore on, every time it would come on, even if it wasn't to that, like an episode that would maybe put most players out, I think the fear of what was happening was debilitating to him mentally. And
well, that can be terrifying, especially with the amount of pressure that you have on you.
You're waiting for this day.
You're waiting for this moment, and to think that it could kind of all be taken away from you.
And you also have this new element of college basketball where they paid you a lot of money to perform and be on their team.
Right.
So it's not like, it's like, well, hey man, we paid you. Like, let's come on. Do your thing. The thing that I think the biggest conversation I think to have with Darryn Peterson is at Kansas, because of the cramping, because Melvin Council kind of elevated himself early in the year with Peterson out. He played a lot off the ball. They didn't want to put too much on his plate from a playmaking perspective, so it was just kind of go score.
Right.
I saw them practice last summer before any of this happened, and I went to the last day of their summer practices, and he dominated one segment without taking a shot. His passing was really, really impressive, and just ability to set other guys up, those sorts of things. And you didn't barely see any of that in games.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was kind of circumstantial. And I think that if that stuff can come back into his game, and then also there's the famous Mats.
I like the suit. Good suit choice.
Great suit, yeah.
He's winning the fashion wars so far between him and AJ. He is the number 1 pick between those two.
That's right. Yeah.
In the
Which
fashion
is
wars.
what we will end up
I
judging
like
this
the
full night on.
simplicity, by the way. Like it's a simple suit, but it works. It's fitted.
He looks nice. Good job, Darryn. There. But if the other thing, when you watch his high school tape, there was a level of explosion that just didn't show up at Kansas.
It was incredible to watch in high school.
He had a hamstring injury at some point, or a knee injury. Yeah. So do we think that it was just that?
I think it was that / I think there was a governor on a mental governor. I don't think he was quite. I think there was a little bit of holdback. And late in the year, he started to be more aggressive, but also like, if you just watch the elevation of his jump shot here on tape, what they're showing right now on the broadcast, and then go back and watch what he did in high school, he's getting up higher. Yeah. So that's why I would have been frustrated to be those teams that wanted to see him work out. Cause has that stuff come back?
Right. Yeah. How high are you jumping
we're
on these?
Putting a lot of investment into you at this point. Like, we want to know, but from a strictly scoring standpoint, from like when BYU came to the field house, I was at that game for that first half. Like
he was incredible.
He put on a show. He was the number 1 pick that day, right? Like he was better than AJ. He didn't kick AJ's butt, but like
in their one-on-one
in their high school
though,
games, he always won.
Yeah.
So like there's a chance that he is the best player out of this draft, but there's also the fear of like, is there going to be the mental stuff in when he gets to the NBA? But hopefully now he can just like, he's far enough removed from that. He has an excuse whether it was right or the creatine thing is really
I buy it. You know what?
I've never taken creatine, but I believe
my son's a big creatine guy. He's skeptical.
Hey,
He's skeptical.
I will say the one thing I've heard about creatine is you need to have water.
Yeah.
So dehydration, water, creatine.
That's
he would have had to take a
lot
of creatine.
Won't get you anything, but it's fun to put in there. Yeah.
Just put the QR code in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
To the fit with Utah, while the pick is in for the Memphis Grizzlies, who I assume will be taking Cameron Boozer, and we'll talk about that in a second. But to the fit with the Jazz, I think this is awesome. Yeah. I know Keontae George is defensively inept, is what I would maybe.
That's a nice way of putting it. Yeah.
And the combination of him and Peterson in the backcourt will be a question defensively, no question.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I love the fit offensively. They should be dynamite, and I think Will Hardy will make life a lot easier for a lot of these guys. It's just how much, like, is this a playoff team next year? What do you think?
That's probably optimistic. Play-in should definitely be a play-in. Maybe they can't get in the top 6, but the West is pretty packed.
It's always
so
packed,
I think it's tough to say they'll definitely be in.
Grizzlies are running to the podium.
It is. They couldn't wait. They couldn't wait at all. I think with Peterson and the Jazz, the key here is, you have Keontae George coming up for this contract extension. He had 2 highly mediocre seasons, and then his 3rd year finally showed what I think a lot of people expected him.
The jumper
in college, and, getting into the NBA, the jumper started coming around. If he's that player, you have a super high scoring backcourt. If he's not that player, and it was just kind of like a little jump, and he's going to go back down to earth, I think based on what you're talking about with the playmaking of Peterson, maybe there's less pressure on the Ainges to give a big contract extension to Keontae George. You can slow play it a little bit better because remember, you now have to really watch those finances with the 1st and 2nd apron.
Yeah. And honestly, I know there's conversations about Walker Kessler and the reported money that he's going out there for. I think it's crazy. I think it's insane. I understand that I don't think that $28 to $30 million is the right range for Walker Kessler.
It's disrespectful to not give him more. I don't really believe that.
Really?
I'm here for chaos. I want to bring as much chaos as I can into this. Yeah.
Very, very good start for the Utah Jazz.
If he gets more, great agent.
Incredible agent.
Great agent. Yeah.
Great work. Shout out to whoever is the agent in that situation. Okay, the pick is also in for the Memphis Grizzlies. No surprise here, and that is Cameron Boozer. A lot of people, if you were to ask them, this might be the best guy in the draft. And he was the most prolific college player of the trio here. Mm-hmm. What are the Grizzlies getting in Cam Boozer? Big man out of Duke.
A very, very versatile scorer, playmaker. They used him in kind of similarly to how they used Cooper Flagg the year before. He's not as dynamic an athlete as Cooper, but was probably a better college scorer just because he's a more natural scorer. He can play, he's built for college basketball.
I will just say that's why there's a lot of fascination about how his game translates to the NBA. Because
and I always thought he'd be the best. Like when I watched those kids in high school, I was like, that he's going to translate college basketball. He did. Now there's going to be the concerns of can he finish over length? Is he athletic enough? I'll tell you, he is strong. And he's also really good at playing angles and like figuring out how to get around you. Those types of things.
Someone brought up the Earl Boykins.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry. Go ahead. Keep cooking. Go ahead.
He has a way of figuring it out, I think. But I think the floor for him is probably as high as just about anybody in this draft.
It's kind of funny that Carlos Boozer is here.
He is look. I have no reporting on this.
He is the Jazz. He's
works dyeing his beard, right?
He has to.
There's no way. He's like 50 something. There's no way. There's no way. That's died.
That's
died.
Famously, he dyed his hair.
Well, he did do the
So
the
I'm
Beijing
not
up
ruling
top.
that
Yeah,
out,
that has to be.
Have you tried the dye? Like,
no, man. I need
Just for
the
men.
only
I
chance
appreciate
I
that.
have
Or
to
whatever.
look
Embrace this,
mature
yeah.
is gray hairs. I haven't been embracing these for 20 years. Yeah,
I like it. A little bit of salt and pepper. Why
Yeah,
not,
gotcha.
dude?
Otherwise, people just know how immature
Yeah.
I am
but
at
look
all
at that.
times.
Going around.
Carlos Boozer, embrace your salt and pepper.
I think the key for Cam with the finish and length is, you mentioned his strength, right? Which is big. But him measuring out a 7'1.5" wingspan, whatever that ended up being for a guy who's 6'8", 6'9", I think is huge, because you do make up for a lot of that. You know, maybe he's not as athletic. And even defensively, can he stay with threes? Is he going to have to guard fours? Can he play small ball five? Yeah. But at the NBA level, they're going to seek him out. Look, the feet are going to have to move, but his length will help make up for some of that. Right. Yeah. And especially if he's ending possessions by grabbing boards and everything, if he can knock down the three at the NBA level, he's a star in the making. I just don't know. Like, his floor is probably higher than some of the other guys in contention for those top spots, like with Dybantsa and Peterson. But I think that ceiling is definitely lower. But whatever, you get a franchise four at 3 for the Memphis Grizzlies. Hollinger believes that's the number one guy in the draft. Like, that's a great spot for Memphis to end up.
I'll also say, like, the combination of him and Zach Edey should be particularly dominant.
They should eat on the glass.
They should
absolutely
be really great on the glass. I mean, you talk about some of like the defensive questions with Boozer. I think Edey can clean a lot of that up just with his size and obviously rim protection. And then in terms of like the two-man game between him and Cedric Coward, a lot of dribble handoff situations that they can run. I think, you know, generally the Grizzlies are going to lean into development because they are trying to get more draft picks.
Isn't it interesting we haven't mentioned Ja Morant once? It kind of feels like
you don't have to do much with development with like, he is pretty ready to go, right?
That's true.
Like, and if we're just like,
well, what is the
if we got a pickup game, we're picking dudes.
He's the
you
guy.
want him on your team because he just understands how to play basketball. Like, there's an element of that, of just like, he's gonna figure it out. He's always won. He's always been on the best teams because he's on their team.
Yeah. Okay, wait. So then, I mean, this is kind of the thing that I keep coming back to with Cam Boozer. If he's everything that we have, and by the way, the pick is in for the Chicago Bulls as well, but if he's everything that we've been talking about,
right?
Yeah, it is Caleb Wilson. Caleb Wilson is going to the Chicago Bulls. Really no surprise here through the top four. Everybody expected this to be the order. If Cam Boozer is exactly what you're detailing him out to be, why didn't he go number one? Is it just a fit thing?
I don't know if it's a fit. Well, I mean, AD does not want to play center, so maybe it's a fit thing. But I think, look, athleticism is tantalizing, right? Boozer is not the athlete that AJ Dybantsa is, not the athlete that Darryn Peterson is. If the creatine's out of his system and everything, allegedly, or he's properly hydrated. Like, I do think there's part of like, yes, this guy may be more skilled, but what could these guys become if their skill set catches up to the athleticism? Yeah. That's always going to be a big thing at the NBA.
I think that's fair. Okay. Well, the pick is in for the Chicago Bulls, and yes, it is Caleb Wilson out of UNC. This is maybe the best athlete in the draft. Wild motor, incredible motor and hard worker. A lot of skills that I think can lean into what the Chicago Bulls do well, which is run alongside Josh Giddey. I think things will be simple for him offensively out the gate.
Yeah.
And then with Matas Buzelis, those two guys can run in transition a ton as well. They just traded for Nick Claxton, another guy, another length guy that, you know, Bryson Graham, the new general manager for the Chicago Bulls, talked about SLAP. That's the big acronym that's going around. I think it's great marketing, you know, shout out to him for coming up with that. But Caleb Wilson fits the build on SLAP, which is size, length, athleticism, physicality. What do you think, Caleb?
I mean, he's the safest pick here, right? And I think his emergence early on in the college season, you would know this better than I would, but there seemed to be this real reaction from executives around the NBA of like, oh, we didn't know he was a competitor like this.
Right.
We didn't know he had this dog in him like this. And I think that is what made him instantly, look, there is AJ, there's Darren, there's Cam. But after that, it became, Caleb Wilson's definitely the fourth guy. And you have a lot of great guards in this draft. But I think people discovering that about Caleb Wilson really made it to where like, oh, this is a must-have NBA prospect.
And what's going to be really interesting with him is when you watched him in high school, you were like, wow, the defensive possibilities are endless with him because he's switchable and he's got so much burst and he's so bouncy and he can block shots and he can rebound and he can do all these things. And you could see the play hard then. And then he got to college and it was like, oh man, he's out of place a lot defensively. And like those are things where I think maturity will come along. Like he had his defensive tape was not great.
Yeah.
Even though like that's what I thought he was going to be. Like I thought he was going to be
that like focus awareness, like
focus awareness, off ball bad. But offensively, it's like, holy crap. That's where it was like, you knew he was a guy that could tear down rims.
Yeah.
He wants to like, he hates rims. He goes at he tries to dunk everything he possibly can. But the stuff he could do, turnaround shots, some of the hard shot making he had, you're going to see here probably in a minute. We'll probably just see him tear down rims.
The rim.
That's why he hurts his hand because he throws it down so hard. He's got a lot
of lofty comps. I will say, like the comp machines
they're
are saying
all over the place. Right?
What I've heard, Kevin Garnett's.
Let's relax on KG.
Yeah,
all right?
I know.
I didn't buy it with Anthony Davis. I'm not buying it with Caleb Wilson. No
he's not
offense
that
to him.
tall either.
Like, KG was 6'13".
I did like the comp you made earlier today while we were kind of shooting it up. Pascal Siakam.
Pascal Siakam, when he was coming out in his draft, like a lot of like, all right, this guy physically, a little bit of work to do, but the length, the athleticism, can that skill catch up? If his skill catches up to that athleticism, we may be wondering, how did he go fourth?
Yeah.
And if he, great thing Pascal had was like, there's a hunger there because he went to New Mexico State and like always wanting to prove himself. He's one of those guys that's been a 5-star. But that's where you got excited about him at North Carolina was how hard that he played, how much he wanted to just like, oh, this is fun. I love this stage. Like he really, really embraced the moment, and he helped himself as much as any guy this past year with like what the GMs with like, what he could possibly become. So this is exciting. I've seen the Bulls play a little bit. Can anybody make an outside shot on that?
Not a ton of shooting.
Will there be any spacing? But where he's kind of like a guy like AJ, where his outside shot come along. But that's where he really made a lot of growth in the last year. Was like, man, he can make some pretty hard mid-range shots and that kind of stuff. And you didn't really see a lot of that in high school.
Are you guys a fan of the buttoned up suit but without the tie?
No.
I think
it's tough.
I like someone needs to bring out the bow tie.
Yeah,
let's go bow tie.
You know what would be cool with this look here? He could do the what's the Western tie called?
A bolo tie?
A bolo.
Absolutely not.
Does he have any ties to Texas?
At North Carolina, and he's going to Chicago. He's not wearing a bolo.
If he would got drafted by the Mavs,
you could do it.
Or San Antonio.
Do they have clip-on bolos? And you can do that real quick. You can adjust.
Cool, though. I kind of like that.
Anything
better than this, really.
Yeah.
I will say
he'd look good if he takes the top off.
I will say a bow tie way dorkier than a bolo.
No,
bow tie greater than bolo.
This is Oklahoma coming through. I'm not going to have this. Yeah. No, we're anti-bolo tie out there. I'd rather wear a Bulls cowboy hat to the stage than a bolo tie.
Yeah.
How about Pops' hair? I like that.
That's right.
Yeah. Look,
he's got the Jerry Rice hairline.
I just don't like the collar, kind of.
Take one button down.
Pick something.
Go to is, and then I gets a little later.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Zach, earlier today, you also were saying that, like, the Bulls, there's another guy that should be in consideration here.
Look, Caleb Wilson's awesome. I'm also so in the bag for Darius Acuff, where I just think, like, this is a guy who, yes, there are going to be defensive issues right away. But I think for a guy like him, the Bulls roster, look, they got a bunch of guards who can't hit shots.
Yeah.
Acuff can hit shots. Like he's going to come in, probably average 20 as a rookie, depending on where he goes. But if he's on Chicago, if he ends up in Brooklyn, if he ends up in Sacramento, he's going to be a candidate for Rookie of the Year just based off the numbers. And I think, look, Wilson's the right pick, but Acuff, I think, should have been closer to that echelon.
Right, he's in that tier next to him. I mean, now with the Clippers on the clock, this is a pick that could have been the Indiana Pacers.
Yeah.
We can maybe revisit that trade if you guys want to, but this is a chance for the Clippers to do something in terms of adding next to Darius Garland, adding next to Kawhi Leonard. You know, there's been rumors that they might end up trading this pick. We'll see what happens. The pick is in.
We have the pick.
Who we got?
Keaton Wagler.
Keaton
There it
Wagler is the pick. Your guy.
I have to admit my bias here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Lives-
We'll break
lives
it down.
down the
Break down why your neck of the woods. Keaton
I
Wagler.
mean, and we can do fashion in Kansas City, obviously. Look, my guy's looking pretty good.
Very nice.
There.
Yeah,
not bad,
yeah.
Yeah, good look. for
Good tie.
Keaton.
Yeah.
Still,
good
it's
tie.
looking like he might be 12 years
I don't love
old.
this shirt. I got to be honest, but the tie's good.
Yeah,
the
the tie
jacket's
is
good.
good.
The collar's a little
The
off.
collar's a
Collar's
little
off. I
loose
think that's
too,
what it
but
is,
maybe
yeah.
that's the
It's
way
all
he's
right.
going about things. Is like,
But
I'm
I like the
casual.
suit.
Mhm.
I like the suit.
Yeah, suit's
Yeah.
good.
Keaton's one of the best stories in this draft, man. Like, he was recruited by Illinois, Minnesota, and DePaul, and that's it for high majors.
Mhm.
He was out. He's the highest U.S. born in the consensus index, whatever the hell you call it.
Yeah.
That goes back to 98. They do the top 100 players. He's the highest player outside of that top 100 as a one and done freshman ever. Like,
Yeah.
his story is so incredible. I've written about it. I'd encourage people to go read.
You've also
to go
hooped
read it.
against him.
I've also hooped against him.
You got him, didn't you?
I
You got him.
last
You
played.
cooked a fifth overall pick.
I was
Yeah.
teammates with him in August when he came back to Lenexa. They got a call. Ended up going and playing like some mid.
You ever wave him off like
Weekday.
I got this? Like
I was
yeah.
on his team that day.
Yeah.
I probably missed too many shots from the corner. He was, coming off
Oh,
that
he
ball
looked you
screen.
off?
Sure.
Oh,
Whipping.
wow.
No, he was throwing it to me. I was probably not making them. But like Keaton, he went to the right school for him. That was a great offense for him. They did an awesome job at like making him look really, really good. The thing that is most impressive with him and that like was almost shocking was he averaged about 18 a game at Shawnee Mission Northwest in the suburbs in Shawnee, Kansas, like back-to-back state champion. But KU didn't even really didn't touch him. K-State didn't touch him. Missouri didn't touch him. He averaged 17 something at Illinois, and the level changed. What I was most amazed with was the level change, like, did not affect him whatsoever. And that's my biggest hope for him. It's like people wonder, his body, is he strong enough? I'll tell you, he went from Kansas high school basketball to the Big Ten, and the level change didn't bother him. And that's like the hope is that from the NBA perspective. He is a great processor of the game. He can he's got great size as a point guard. I know he's going to probably play next to
He'll play next to Garland.
He'll play next to Garland, and he is better when he's like can feel the ball and the ball's in his hands. But NBA spacing, he'll be good. He can play off because he's he can catch and shoot. But he is best when you're going to see him a lot in ball screens here. So that's like my one concern with him, like playing with another ball dominant guard. But the stuff he can do with deceleration steps, his footwork, the stuff he can do against switches here that you saw against Purdue. Really, 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 really good shot maker, really good handle, really good creativity. I'm just excited for him. I hope it works out just because it's not very often where like I saw him as the first time when he was like a ninth grader and he's 5'8", 130
That's a really cool
pounds.
feeling.
Like here he is today.
Zach, can him and Garland work together?
That's going to be tricky. I do think that's tricky. Like we've seen Darius Garland work well with Donovan Mitchell.
Colin Sexton.
Sexton.
Yeah.
Like he's worked well before. My question is defensively, how does that work?
Yep.
Right. Especially with Zubats no longer there to kind of anchor that defense because that's the trade that brought this pick there. So that's my concern. For Wagler, like him not being so explosive, not having an amazing first step, can he create the separation on offense when he has the ball in his hands? The good thing about that is Garland's a great spot-up shooter, right? So like that helps. So whatever they find that balance in, and obviously feeding Kawhi, well, we don't know what's happening with this aspiration investigation, but assuming that eventually gets figured out, feeding Kawhi, playing off that, he's obviously a really good shooter, and I think going to get better as he gets more comfortable with this. But my concern would be defensively because that's any backcourt with Darius Garland, your concern is going to be defensively.
Yeah.
And then he'll just have to Wagler's going to have to kind of figure out like, all right, where is my space on this floor before he finds that comfort of taking things over.
Shawnee Mission Northwest, home Cougars, shout out Cougars
There you
showing
go.
up on the screen. That's
There you
pretty cool.
go.
The high school showing up there. Love
That's
it.
awesome.
Yeah. He's the type of kid that is gonna like figure it out. Really, really high basketball IQ. Early in the year when he was playing off the ball, like he did a lot with offensive rebounding and just like, making hustle plays and that kind of stuff. Like he's going to figure out a role. I had a scout tell me recently, this past week, like he thinks he might struggle for a year or two and then we'll kind of figure it out. That's possible. We'll see. But I think he's going to find a way to like just make winning plays, whether he's averaging like 9 a game as a rookie or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But, man, it's pretty cool. I got chills just seeing him and his folks up there. I was just in
That's
their
very
living
cool.
room
Yeah.
like 2 weeks ago. So pretty neat to see him up there.
That's really cool, man. I mean, just from a human perspective, seeing a guy that you obviously have grown to know and be in your same neighborhood.
Similarly,
that's so
I saw Syracuse legend Wes Johnson in the Delta Lounge in LAX
There you go.
yesterday. So
Like,
kind of the same thing,
what a
you know.
small
Wes
world.
Johnson, how about that? Iowa State and Syracuse.
That's right.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are the Nets going to take Acuff here? Is
Look,
that the guy?
I think
They should.
I think they should. I think Brown's a big
Well, I'm
big
going
option
to
here.
That's in?
break the news. It is not going to be Darius Acuff. The Brooklyn Nets have selected Michael Brown Jr.
He
with the sixth
he
pick.
shot up draft boards big time over the last week or
Absolutely.
so. Like whenever he got in for workouts, you just heard rave reviews about him.
Mm-hmm.
A little wild as a player. I
Yeah.
like that person. I like guys
Absolutely.
taking chances. There's some talk about decision making needs to be better, but at least early on, I don't mind guys that turn the ball over. I don't mind guys that kind of troubleshoot on the court. As long like you got to figure it out. You can't just keep doing that. But I think his upside is unbelievable.
A year ago in the USA U19 with AJ Dybantsa as his teammate, Dybantsa was the MVP of that tournament, but Michael Brown was the best player on that team. He had the best tournament of anybody. That really opened my eyes to like, wow, he's going to be really good. Weird if Darryn Peterson took some heat off him because he had also a very weird year at Louisville. Had the back stuff, but also there were some weird rumors going on out there of like what was really going on with him. So he is a little wild. I think there's obviously some maturity that needs to come along with his game. He takes some crazy shots, but he can also make some crazy shots.
Yeah.
Is he strong enough to get into the paint and finish in the NBA? We'll see. But physically, there are some big time tools there. I just think he's like he just has some growth as a person, as a basketball player to make. But there is a very high upside there, and like if we're talking about him being the best guard in this draft in a couple of years, it wouldn't be like that's a possible outcome here, and that's the strength of this class. Like there's some guys where it's like
It's the upside there.
there's some guys that somebody could go 11 and be one of the best players in this class.
The Nets have a type.
They should do. Yeah.
They have a type.
Yeah.
Like last year, they draft. There was a lot of jokes because they had 5 draft picks. They drafted 4 guards.
Yeah.
And all 4 of those guards are like big jumbo creators. Obviously, Michael Brown is a dead eye shooter in comparison to some of the guys that they drafted, but it clearly fits like an archetype that they're looking for. So maybe this is the archetype.
I don't think they have anything that sticks right now on that roster, right? Like
not a big Julius Randle.
I'm gonna guess he's there for a year, and that's about it.
Right.
But yeah, look, Michael Porter Jr., Julius Randle, these are guys that brought in draft picks on their way into the cap space, right?
Yeah.
The 5 picks they had last year got 1.5 players that looked like, they could definitely be something.
Maybe
things could change, development can happen, but they didn't really hit on those 5 picks. So I think the key here is like Brown can actually he can really play. Yeah. Right. Like he needs to, I thought Sam Vecini put it perfectly, a home run hitter who could stand to settle for singles every once in a while. Like he'll figure out that pace of play, but at a certain point, his talent is just like he'll be on the court and he will he'll raise that level of, hey, you have to be a certain level of good at a certain point to be able to play with him.
Yeah.
And that's huge
say,
for the Nets.
I think in Brooklyn, he'll have the room to just try and experiment and explore and do all those things.
But would there be a benefit to like the difference between these other teams that are picking high is they have got like these veterans that like we're talking about them maybe possibly being playoff teams where like could he benefit from being under
Excellent
like a secure
suit, that's a banger of a suit.
Great suit.
The fashion's been pretty high, like a good fashion draft so far. I would say.
I love a shiny suit. I love a shiny
suit
tie, like it's 2006.
Yes,
like I'm here for it. Yeah,
and it hits different colors. There's a little bit of blue in there.
Right.
I like it, man.
It's got some sneakers on it.
Absolutely, love that. Yeah.
I agree with what you're saying. Like, will he be afforded the opportunity to experiment and try? I'm kind of curious what Brooklyn's going to do later on in this draft too. I think it's valid to kind of see what that next piece is for them because they just need to get good players.
They need talent.
Yeah. They need someone that they're willing to kind of bet the bank on. And also that's why I'm surprised it's not Darius Acuff because of these guards, he felt like the most safe to be that guy.
For sure, yeah.
And now it opens the opportunity, which, again, the pick is in.
He was an old freshman too. He's like he should have been a sophomore too. So that's why like he's an upside swing, but also like he is like
he's had a couple years.
He is old.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
The Sacramento Kings.
It's easy. Like they
you guys could
they absolutely have to. Yeah. If they don't take Acuff, we cannot consider them a franchise anymore.
Darius Acuff.
Thank God.
This played perfectly for them.
Yes. It's a perfect board for them. And honestly, there have been rumors that Acuff wanted Sacramento. Sacramento wanted Acuff. It's what has happened now. Darius Acuff, one of the most talented players in this draft, one of maybe the best scorer in this draft. You could debate all day about that. You're very high on him. What do you think the Kings get in this guy?
Reminds me so much of Damian Lillard just in the approach, right? I'm not saying he's going to be Damian Lillard, but a guy who can score everywhere on the floor, can involve teammates, a just remarkable outside shooter.
Yeah.
And I think the key for him is, look, this Kings team is a mess. They are going to, if they can, gut out this roster and rebuild something around.
They're reportedly waiving and stretching DeMar DeRozan.
Yes,
it's gotten to that.
They would love for all of these guys. Like there have been trade rumors the last few or 6-7 months about Sabonis. There's a lot that needs to change. There are a couple of nice young players on this team. There is no part of this team that needs to definitely be there in the future other than Acuff. They have to completely revamp everything. Remember, this team was trying to win this year.
Yes.
For most of it until it was like, oh, we better tank and try to get one of these picks. Like this has just been a bumbling organization for a long time. Mike Brown gave them a little bit of relief there, and then they screwed that up. This is a massive, massive win for them in a team that really hasn't had a star. I get Halliburton became a star after he was gone, right? Sabonis is not a star. Fox is not really a star. They're just it's been since DeMarcus Cousins. And even then that was a tenuous situation. This team has been desperate for a franchise guy for a long time. He fits that bill.
Yeah, he does. CJ, I got to ask you because I feel like Acuff is a very polarizing prospect. A lot of people say because of the defensive limitations, because of the size. We just saw Jalen Brunson, by the way, win an NBA championship at 6'2".
But might be the strongest man on the planet. So.
He is the strongest man on the planet. I agree. Why do you think there are questions about Acuff's game? And I guess on the second side of that, do you think he can overcome some of his limitations?
Yeah, I mean, size at the guard position is so important in the NBA, and the defensive stuff is there, and it's worrisome. Talking about a Trae Young. I mean, you do play both sides of the ball in the NBA as well.
Sometimes, some guys don't, but that's the hope.
Selectively.
The good teams do. The good teams try on both sides, and so now I do think sometimes there's a level of when you're asked to do as much as he was asked to do for an Arkansas team. Yeah. They're like Phylon this year. We'll get to him later on.
Yeah.
He had a bad defensive tape as a sophomore and a really good defensive tape as a freshman. And it's he had to do so much more. Do these guys just kind of take plays off on that end? And so maybe there was some of that with Acuff, but he was also while he was also a 5-star guy and expected to be, very hyped coming in. People didn't see 23.5 points per game coming in the level of shot making and like
really talented man. Like he can score at all 3 levels.
Yeah.
It's just so much fun to watch.
Yeah, can really make shots. Like he wasn't that yet in high school. And
Pete Maravich averaged 44.5 points.
No 3-point line.
Yeah.
Without that's insane. If you guys are not watching, obviously, but ESPN has a graphic that says players that led the SEC in points per game and assists.
If I could go
Pete
back in time, he'd be a guy go back in time.
44.5 points per game.
Yeah,
he was that dude.
He could hoop.
I mean, I know he's pistol beat. That's crazy though.
Yeah.
Holy smokes!
There's a great book. I think it's called Pistol, but there's a great book about just like his dad was a coach and bringing him up, and then his rise through all this. And I mean, he's got.
There's a cool like dribble
story.
package video that I'm sure you guys have seen for Pistol Pete. Like the warm ups that he does.
How do we feel about the whole family in shades?
Love that.
I love it.
I love that.
Shades indoors
in the gloves too. Yeah, why not?
And he's rocking a chain.
And his dad's rocking a chain too.
Absolutely.
I like it. Man,
that's star right there.
By the way, Rob says as stunned by Pete Maravich. I'm just stunned at 45.5
it's
points
a lot.
per game.
Yeah, it's
you gotta go watch some old documentaries. Like, come on, man.
No 3-point line.
Did
Did not exist.
And he could shoot it.
He could shoot it. Yeah.
Listen though, he took 38 shots a game.
But how else do you get 44 points a game?
It is a lot of shots.
You know
Can
what?
we just
You know what
say
it sounds like? The refs were against him. He should have been at the free throw line.
I agree.
Yeah.
He should have flopped more. Honestly.
Absolutely. You have to flop.
So look, I think a lot of people assume that Acuff would be gone by 8.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this like glut of guards that are here in kind of the second half of the lottery. The Hawks are an inflection point in this draft. If they take a guard, the rest of the draft shakes out a different way. And I know the pick is in. I will say it right now. If they take a big, it shapes it another way.
Which have happened.
They have gone with a guard.
Okay.
The Atlanta Hawks have selected Kingston Flemings to be.
So it's the first time Sam's off. Our guy was 7 for 7.
Damn.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he was 7 for 7.
You know what it sounds like? Sam's getting washed.
I was like, come on, Barry, go, friend. Sam, keep it going.
It's only about your latest pick.
podcast I pay attention to.
He better nail number 9, let me tell you.
So look, I have to ask you about Kingston Flemings because you were telling us a little bit earlier, just a little bit about him.
Another awesome young man, like checks all the character box stuff. The fastest guy in this draft. I think John's really high on him. I know.
Yeah.
I think he might have had him as maybe the second guard in this draft. But we just got done watching the finals and those Spurs guards. I mean, that speed matters at this level. Elite speed. He's got probably the best burst in this draft. He wasn't a great finishing numbers, but part of that was everything was. We talked about this earlier. Christina couldn't score in the paint. Teams were just like putting everybody in the paint. Like he had a lot of stuff to finish over. So like I think that skill is going to translate. He was a better shooter than I thought he would be. His jump shot does not look pretty.
That's my question.
He's a thumber. The NBA 3-point line I think is going to give him some problems.
I think also like how good of a defender he'll actually be in the NBA.
Because that 6'3" wingspan on a 6'2" guy, like that's tough to overcome.
That needs to come along, but you can't get a better lesson in how to guard than going to Houston and playing for Kelvin Sampson.
Yeah.
Now he probably gets valued. Like people, the casuals probably think he's a better defender than he actually is at this point, just because he played at Houston. You got to be a great defender,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
So like he has some room to grow there. But I think where you get excited is the speed, the ability to distribute and find other guys. Early in the year, that's what he was really, really doing until they had to have him be more of a scorer. And obviously NBA, when he's surrounded by more talent, I think you'll see more of his distribution skills. But I like it. I think like I remember a scout told me a few years ago, like there aren't any assholes in the NBA really anymore. Right.
Yeah.
Like high character guys. And some of these, when you cover college basketball for like through the years, the guys that you're like, man,
As long as you have,
he's
man,
a,
talk your shit.
Come on, man. We're not Carlos Boozer in this thing.
I felt a little wrong about. I didn't want to age myself.
You were going
my son is in college, so
you were hooping against Wagler, like you got some youth to you.
But no, like the high character guys, they usually work out.
Yeah,
they usually work out, and he's one of those guys that you know he's going to be about the right stuff. He got coached hard this year, and he's one of the. I'll tell you this: he might be one of the only freshmen that when I went to like a couple of Houston practices, and I'm not sure Sampson yelled at him either day, and like that's a miracle.
Yeah,
that's how much like he didn't really mess up that much.
Yeah.
So you're getting a like if the jumper comes along, and he did shoot it better than expected, you're getting a really, really, really good player.
The Derek Queen trade is now complete.
Yeah.
It's over. Pelicans fans,
congratulations.
Rest now.
Yeah.
I will carry the watch. What do you think the Hawks will be able to do with Flemings? Because this is obviously like another guard to add. They re-signed CJ McCollum. They obviously have like Nickeil Alexander-Walker there as well. How does he fit into what the Hawks are doing?
I think this is big because with his speed, with his ability to get downhill, they need someone who can get into the paint, right? That was an issue later on in that series against the Knicks was, CJ can wiggle around screens and snake pick and rolls and pull up for jumpers and stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't really get to the basket, right? Nickeil can do a lot of that stuff. Not a big getting to the basket guy. Dyson Daniels not a get to the basket guy. They need someone who can get into the teeth of that defense. And I think learning behind CJ
this is the guy to do it.
Massive. Like CJ is such a consummate professional. And he is so good at just like being that voice. And he's going to teach him things that, about, spacing on the floor and where to get your shot and everything that like, I'm not sold on his jump shot. It does, like you say, he's thumbing it, but he's 84, 85% from the free throw line. That tends to translate into figuring out shooting. Maybe that line will be a little deep for him the first couple of years, but I think he'll rework it. I don't think it's like a full tear down of his jumper. I like a guy who can just get into the paint and create chaos. That is so valuable in today's NBA.
His weaknesses, as I see here, are the fact that he only attempted 2.9 3-point attempts per game.
Right.
Like he knocked down.
He shouldn't. He's faster than everybody.
At the college game, yes. At the college level, that absolutely makes sense. But at the NBA level, like he needs to not only take but make 3-point shots at the guard. And you see the Hawks front office celebrating in a big way. It's now with the Dallas Mavericks, who just made a hire. Michigan head coach Dusty May heading to Dallas. A lot of people are speculating that means they're going to take a Michigan guy. From covering college, from covering Michigan, how do you think Dusty May translates to the NBA?
I think he's one of the most adaptable coaches in basketball. Went from a program in FAU where he had to recruit a bunch of guards and win with small ball to Michigan and be like, okay, at the high major level, you got to have size. He started 3 big guys this past year. Everybody was like, well, you can't do that. Like, that's not going to work. The spacing is going to be all messed up. They were awesome offensively. They cruised to a national championship. Like, gets guys to buy in, play unselfish, loves guys that can pass with IQ. He's going to really enjoy coaching Cooper Flagg. I think he's going to figure it out because I thought in college basketball, he was the best figure it out guy. Like he's very adaptable. So I think he's going to adapt to that level. He's a basketball junkie, basketball nerd. He's going to have fun tinkering and trying to figure out the puzzle. Yeah. And I think that's why he has gone to this level.
Kingston's dad going with the Peaky Blinders hat is crazy.
I was waiting.
It's crazy.
You guys didn't spot it when he was getting introduced. I was like, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's great.
Don't mess with the Peaky Blinders.
High level.
That's amazing.
That's incredible.
Yeah. I wonder if Kingston's hair's how long is he going to be able to keep this dude? Because it looks like dad's bald.
His dad.
But it might come from the mom's side. So
his dad's dressed like Jason Statham right now. It's incredible. Like he's ready for action.
Look, the pick is in for the Dallas Mavericks, and I'm going to spoil it in a second.
Okay.
It was a Michigan Wolverine. Any guess on which Wolverine?
Adai.
Yaxel.
Yeah.
Both of you guys are wrong.
Wow.
They were
It is
Morez.
Morez
Wow.
Johnson Jr. The pick is in. Dusty May does
about
get
that?
one
Can
of
I,
his
can
Wolverine.
I file a grievance with CJ?
Of
Because
course.
I'm anti-college coach going to the NBA. I think it's
So look, we were doing this thought
Yeah.
exercise earlier. Not that many successful
exactly.
college
But I
coaches in
read
the
his
NBA.
column about like Dusty making his way toward, like it was always pointing towards this. And I'm mad that you started to sway me because I was really rooted in this decision. And I was like, well, damn, I might be wrong about this. This
Right.
sucks. I hate this.
It's always kind of something you don't know until you know,
Right.
with a guy who has had success at the college level and how that all translates in the NBA. Talking about Morez Johnson, he is one of my favorite prospects in this draft. I think he genuinely can end up being, the best defensive prospect maybe in this entire class.
Yeah.
Maybe Jaden Acquaintance just because of the
Right.
health
If
concerns.
healthy, yeah. Right.
He can be there, but Morez is so versatile defensively, and I cannot wait for the combination of him and Cooper Flagg on the wings guarding. It just it makes all the sense in the world. And of course, with Dusty May there's sort of that connection with Morez.
Mhm.
I think it's an incredible fit. Like I know we joke about the Michigan and Wolverine connection and everything, but in terms of the basketball fit, getting these two wildly talented defenders in the same team, I think it's incredible.
And
How do you feel?
he's going to get the most out of Morez because he got the most out of him this past year.
Yeah.
And there were many stretches this year where like Yaxel got all the awards.
Right.
Yeah.
And Adai had stretches in the NCAA tournament where he was just so dominant and such a game changer. But Morez was probably, you could make that argument, Morez was their most important guy.
Mhm.
How hard he played raised the level of everybody else. We were talking earlier about, I was telling you guys how I think Dusty can just connect and get through to guys and get the best out of them. And him and Morez were good for each other. And I remember back to a conversation Dusty and I had not too long ago where he likes to sit down with guys and watch film with them and, ask them questions and stuff. And Morez was like telling him the answers that he wanted. And he was like, let's quit telling me what I want to hear. Tell me what you really think. And when they were able to like break down that wall, like Morez took off and he got the best out of him. And just from an NBA, like, what you're getting out of him. He's going to be an excellent defender. He's going to rebound. He's a really, really good finisher around the basket.
Absolutely.
And the thing that's exciting about him, and Dusty knows this better than anybody, is he was starting to shoot the ball from three a little bit.
Yeah, he started flashing
late in the
jump
year.
right there.
And I actually think that can become a thing because like he never think about what he is as a player and where he always was growing up, what he was doing. And that's where Dusty's good. And like, okay, maybe you can be something beyond that. And he let him start to shoot. And the shot looks pretty good. You watch him in warm-ups, like he can shoot it a little bit. And if that part comes along, then that gets really exciting. But man, you hit it on the head with their defensively. They just raised their level by having those two guys together.
6'9", 7'4" wingspan, and the broadcast just mentioned 252 pounds.
Yeah,
He is strong.
Comparables. OG Anunoby is a comparable. Precious Achua is a comparable.
For just the
for just
physical,
not the play type. Not the play type.
Yeah.
Physically, like
But
he
look,
is
that's
that
pretty
strong
cool, right?
of a player.
Look at that.
The Michigan guys connecting all together. We'll see where Mara and Yaxel go. I'd imagine they're not waiting for that much longer. With Morez, the other aspect I would say, Cooper Flagg is elite at throwing lobs. Like big to big passing. He's genuinely one of the best forwards to do so. And I think the lob connection between him and Morez is going to be awesome. Also, for the Thunder fans who are listening here, because Andrew Schlecht is here, this is a guy they wanted. This is a guy that the Thunder absolutely wanted. And I think the Mavericks recognize that. I think knowing that, Dusty May is there, this is the guy that they capitalize.
Schlecht, I got to know, scale of 1 to 10.
How do you feel?
How upset are you?
Is one very upset?
No, 1 would be the lowest.
Yeah, 1's the lowest. When is 1 ever the lowest?
When is 1
ever
to
the
10? Why would
most?
that be the case?
7.
7. I could tell because he asked such a weird question to start that thing that he
he's
was
loading up.
frazzled.
I needed time to load up, okay?
Seven's pretty high.
Yeah, 7's high. Morez was definitely, he's my favorite of the 3 Michigan guys, just
Me too.
as an NBA prospect. Dallas still has a lot of work to do. They've got a bit of a log jam.
Pops, look at that. That's what this is about, man.
Yeah.
That's what this is about.
This roster has a log jam. They can move Gafford. They could, maybe move PJ Washington. Although the idea, you could actually throw out PJ, Morez, Cooper, all on the floor together.
Big.
That's real big. That's real defensive. So there's a lot they can do there. We'll see how Lively comes back with his health. But they are going to have to make some moves here to kind of even that out. Allegedly, Kyrie Irving not on the table. At least that's what they're telling teams right now. So we'll see where that roster goes. But anytime you're bringing in competitors like this to a young team, or what they're trying to build around with Cooper Flagg as a younger team, I just think this is a home run.
Let me tell. Seeing that Pops there,
absolutely.
I want to tell a story real quick. Players era festival. That's when Michigan took off, right? And Dusty walks from after every game, if he can, he will walk back to the hotel instead of taking the bus. And I was doing the walks with him the last couple days of the Players era. And after they beat Ben McCollum there, Dusty and Ben friends, very cool. But anyway, that after they kill Gonzaga. And that was a coming out for a lot of those guys. That team, but Morez as well. He had a good freshman year, but it was okay, Morez is going to be a dude. And we're walking back, and we run into Pops, and the gratitude between from Pops to Dusty May.
That's awesome.
This it was a cool moment. Dad is in his feels a lot, I think. That was that's one of the coolest moments of the draft, seeing how excited, we can't hear, but seeing how excited Dad was.
I will say that is why you should never abolish the draft. It's these guys live and die by this. They grow up trying to do this. They spend years, they are in the gym constantly to just get this moment, which is the coolest thing.
Who's talking about abolishing the draft? Where does this come from? I've never heard this. Is this an NBA circle?
You're not on social media. That's why.
Don't get on. Trust me, it's a nightmare. Except for you followers out there.
That's right. Please comment,
just like you.
And also creatine.
Promo code Peterson.
In moderation.
Yes.
Look, I will say Morez Johnson, by the way, first pick for Masai Ujiri as the guy in Dallas. The most Masai Ujiri pick.
Could not have been
Could
more.
not be a more Masai Ujiri player. The Milwaukee Bucks have also made their pick one day after trading Giannis Antetokounmpo. This is now the next guy that they will be building around. They do have a pick in a couple of picks at the 13th overall pick as well. They have selected Braden Burries at number 10. Safe. You say immediately. How do you feel about Braden Burries as a guy?
Just a really, really solid prospect. I thought one thing that was cool with Braden is these 5 stars who come in with so much hype and they've been told how awesome they are for so long. He struggled early in the year for Arizona, or at least struggled for what the expectations were. And he pushed through that, and seeing him be able to kind of handle a little adversity and push through that, had a really, really good second half of the year. Good, not a great shooter, but a good shooter. Not a really good in transition, pretty good attacking the rim in transition, really solid defender. Arizona, Tommy Lloyd, the Gonzaga system is always known for their offense, but man, that team could really guard this year. He was part of that. Just a really, really solid player that I think can be that's a winner, is going to make winning plays. He can't be a franchise guy, I don't think, but I think he can be a third or fourth best player on a really good team. He's just really solid.
That makes this pick a little bit puzzling from the Bucks perspective, because you might not get a franchise guy at the 10th overall pick, but it does feel like they took the safe choice, and knowing what they have moving forward with Hero, who they might trade, and Ware and Hawkes and those guys, how does Braden Burries fit into what the Bucks are doing?
I mean, look, this is a team that struggled to score last year. I think he's going to be a solid, as CJ's he's a solid scorer. I think the shot's there. I think the shot will be there consistently once he gets his feet wet in the NBA. He can tack downhill. He's pretty strong for a guy for a guy that attacks the way he does. He's very patient. So that's going to help big time. They just they can't tank. I know tanking's allegedly out now with the 3-2-1 system. I'm not so sure about that, but
maybe they can tank and now have fewer.
But they don't have their picks, right? Like this is their last pick that they have control over until 2031. So they need guys who can play. They need guys who can come. I think Burries comes in and plays right away. He had impressive workouts. There was even talk that he might go as high as 5 to the Clippers because he really impressed them. So for Burries to come in here, I think he'll get a chance to play right away. This roster is really in flux. You can put him next to Hero and Jaquez. He'll fit in just fine, either as a guy who can take the lead offensively at times or just kind of fit in and fill the gaps. So I think it's a safe pick, but I think it's the right pick.
Maybe 13 ends up being the risky pick. Maybe that's the one where they take a swing with. And as we kind of prep for the Golden State Warriors, who are on the clock right now, obviously, I think of the teams so far that we've discussed, in the most precarious position is the Warriors, who are trying to still build around Steph Curry. They're still trying to kind of be in a championship or playoff contention window. Whether that ends up being the case, whether they can actually get to that point, is a different story. But they are also reportedly fielding offers for the number 11th pick. Who that player could be, maybe they end up trading it. I don't know. Where do you think you guys would go with the board the way that it is right now?
I mean, this is they're not doing that 2 timeline thing again, right? Like that was something that they thought, if they had galaxy brain this thing and they were going to have this new crop of players come up. They've got a good roster, but I think you need guys who can play right away. Maybe that's Axel. Maybe that's him to come in, can play right away, can fit in with a lot, can learn a lot from Draymond Green. They'll have to get over their Michigan State beef, but I think right away you can plug him into whatever they want to do, and he'll fit defensively, he'll fit offensively. He won't be asked to do as much as he was obviously this last season as the star of Michigan, and I think that actually helps him at the NBA level, kind of fine tune some of the the questions about him, and he can just play. And I think that's huge.
I mean, he could theoretically contribute right away. And I think that's the sell with Yaxel with the Warriors. Is there any concern with Yaxel heading into the NBA? I feel like he's also one of those polarizing players because of his age, because of kind of I would say his college record, right? He's kind of bounced around to a few different schools, finished. Do you feel like that's anything?
No, I think he bounced around because he had to start JUCO.
Yeah.
Then he went to UAB, and then he could have gone to the league a year ago and goes to Michigan and wins a national title. And had the year of his life. And he is just a really happy-go-lucky young guy. He doesn't come across as he's 24 yet. He is kind of a teenager type kid, but I think
a real Zach Harper type of just maybe he
needs
young soul.
The greatest here, just for men, athletic MBA show, but #code, whatever.
I think grateful for where he is, because there's something to be said for these guys that have had to come from. Jimmy Butler with the Golden State, those guys that have to, we talked about earlier, Siakam.
Yeah.
Those guys that have to kind of go through some stuff to get where they are, they're appreciative of it. And I think Golden State would be a great situation for him, because he just went to a team where he was around a bunch of stars at that level, and he made it work. He's more athletic than his testing's going to show. He can really, really guard. He would guard point guard. He took on Keaton Wagler, guarded him for Michigan. So he's kind of a I'll do whatever it takes to win kind of guy. And I think that's what the Warriors, where they are in there.
And learning from Draymond Green as that type of player could not be more valuable.
They're also taking their sweet time here.
Well, they
might be trading.
They've been trying to convince Joe Dumars, hey, why don't you come off of Trey Murphy III? We'd love to swap that out. I don't know if that's going to end up working, because I think Trey's market value is pretty high right now.
Than this, probably.
But they're going to field offers. They're going to.
Mara might make sense.
Yeah, Mara's been someone who's been mocked to them. As
they've
a big man presence,
a side, a center
since Wilt Chamberlain.
Since genuinely since Wilt Chamberlain. Andrew Bogut doesn't count for you.
I was going to say, you're going to hate on Bogut? Come on, man.
Look,
Maurice Spates.
I love me some Mo Spates. All right.
All right, the pick is in, so that means no trade, at least yet.
Yeah.
And we kind of already talked about this, but it will be Axel Landborg. And look, for all the reasons that you guys mentioned, he is a guy who's 24 years old, should be able to step in and contribute almost right away.
Mm-hmm.
I think his size and feel for the game, and to your point earlier about him being able to play different roles, will work exceptionally well in Steve Kerr's system.
And they've like Andrew Wiggins had so much success there,
Absolutely.
kind of being like the third, fourth guy. I think, Yaxel's going to rebound. He's going to be really, really good in transition. He's going to guard.
Yeah.
And, obviously they need guys that can guard when you're playing with, Steph Curry's about our age. So.
Right. Yeah. Well, I wish. I'm a little higher up there than
I know how it is on my men's league team. I surround myself with defenders so I can handle that rock. So I think it's a good, safe pick, and for where they are as a franchise, still trying to win. It makes sense. And sometimes like age gets overblown in the draft. Like you want guys that can produce and play basketball. And if you're getting them not good until their third or fourth year, well, like you only get so many years on that first contract.
Right.
So,
especially the Warriors, man.
This makes sense for them.
Especially just where they're at and what they're trying to do.
And you've got $50 million tied up in a torn ACL still, right? Like, I'm pretty sure it's repaired by now, but you want, you don't know when Jimmy's coming back. So they do need guys who can play right away.
So look, the Oklahoma City Thunder are now on the clock as we see Axel Landborg get picked. We got to do a substitution.
Turn it in.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Get in here.
I'll go run the
Andrew
board.
Schlecht is subbing in here for my guy, Zach Harper.
Subbing in.
We just went dark.
Just do what I do and just mash them.
Smash
Just start
everything.
mashing things back
You're
there.
like the big character.
Okay.
Right?
Andrew, you were the man of the hour right now.
Okay.
Braden Burries is gone.
Braden Burries is gone.
Morez Johnson is gone.
Morez Johnson is gone.
And where do you think the Oklahoma City Thunder are going to go with this pick?
There's a lot of different ways to go. There are several, I would say, picks that Thunder fans are afraid of because of past picks.
What do you mean by that? Like what?
Nate Ament is, I would say that he's a guy who kind of fits a mold that the Thunder typically like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's Poku? No, I'm just kidding.
I wasn't thinking about Poku. I was thinking more Oos-pilled than Poku-pilled, but a guy that's got like great size, extremely theoretical.
Mm-hmm.
And like what he is. He's like a theoretical shooter. He's a theoretical defender. He's a guy that just needs more time.
Yeah.
The Thunder can provide that time. They're a team that develops well. They develop well in the G League. So he could be a guy there. I would also say Adai Mara is a guy that, the Thunder.
They have to face Victor Wembanyama again.
It just seems like almost too basic of a pick.
You
know what I mean?
That's
your pick. That's where you would go.
But you'll have to talk me into it. You have to talk me into it.
The Thunder, like, if their fans are worried about what we've done in the draft, they've nailed the draft for years. Like, what are we talking about?
You know what?
Like, they've been the best drafting team of the last decade.
They remember the Dylan Jones.
We still got nerves.
Usman J.
We still got nerves, CJ.
What are we doing here? They got guys that they get great value down the.
They do.
In this area, like in the draft,
this is the slot where they have. They traded this pick to get Cason Wallace in the past. This is where they got Jalen Williams.
Mm-hmm.
This is where they drafted Steven Adams in the past. So they've done really well. I am really intrigued to see the direction they go because there's a lot of thundery guys that are off the board for them.
Yeah, totally. The Thunder. The guys that made maybe the most sense for the Thunder are not there. I would like to see them take a swing on Dalen Swain.
You'd like to see them take a swing?
A swing on Swain. I think that's the way to go. I love them getting another wing. Yeah. And by the way, just real quick, Axel Landborg, he had an incredible reaction to him getting drafted.
He's going to be great.
You mentioned the JUCO journey. Like, can you imagine going from 3 years of JUCO, going to UAB for 2 years, getting to Michigan, winning a national championship, and then getting drafted into the NBA? Like, your dreams come true in 3 or 4 years of your life in such a major way. That's cool.
He's
man.
here because of his mom. Like his mom believed in him, pushed him. He was just playing video games and just chilling. Like he barely graduated high school, I think. And like, mom really got him going. She's been sick. I think she had cancer. Wow. If you watch the Made for March doc that they did follow Michigan around this year, you'll come to love Axel Landborg.
That's
love
awesome.
His mom. So
that's really cool.
Yeah, really cool for him.
That's a great moment. Again, why the draft
that's cool.
is awesome. Okay, so what's your pick? Okay,
I mean, I would take Swain.
Swain.
That's the
we're
direction I
swinging
would go.
Swain.
That's the direction that I would go. I think having another like wing slasher that can do a little bit of everything.
Reach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't like it.
I would go Mara. I'd go Mara.
Talk me into it. You have like 2 minutes to talk me into it.
He is a really smart, like you've got guys that know how to play basketball. Like it's a mature team. You need like plug and play type guys, right?
Yeah.
You either do plug and play or you do dream down the road what they could become.
Yeah.
But he is a guy that's improved a ton in the last year. Confidence has grown. Great passer. Will be good with, like, he's just shown he can play with other bigs.
Yeah, that's true.
Awesome rim protector. And I think he's not going to be a guy that can necessarily guard Victor, but he can make it hard for Victor to finish inside. He at least has the size of a guy like Victor. And we talked about it earlier tonight. Like the things that amaze me when I watch Victor is what the like tipping stuff he can do around the basket, his hands. True. And Mara has some of that stuff in him. Awesome passer from the elbows, from the top of the key, from the post, will drop
the pick is in according to the broadcast, the pick is in, but we haven't actually got what the pick is.
This is classic Thunder too, by the way, where it's like not reported.
Are they trading?
No, just that it's not reported.
It won't be reported.
If the pick is in.
Good for them.
The final second.
That's how they go.
Them. Yeah, they like to do that. The Raptors also do the same thing. Yeah, where it's like they are not.
It's a great move. Just not something. Oh, Mike Scotto's got it. I'm nervous to read the tweet. I can't even like touch the tweet right
now. Andrew,
what we got?
The Oklahoma City Thunder have selected Adai Mara with the 12th.
See, CJ's happy.
Pick.
I don't know if I'm happy. It's definitely in my face.
That's a good pick. I'm a big Adai fan.
Keep talking me into it.
I'm a big Adai.
I need you to keep talking me into it. I'm not convinced yet. I'm not convinced
when
yet.
we rated the best bigs in this draft, I thought about going crazy and picking Adai. Like there's a possibility that he ends up the best big in this draft. I think that's possible. He is just like one thing he's awesome at is rebounding and throwing it ahead. And like that's like the old Kevin Love stuff. Like that's the thing that like those steal you some baskets in really important games. He just won a national championship. He has won huge this past year and like developed so much confidence in last year because Mick Cronin had beat my man down. Like he was not coming in with a ton of confidence. Yeah. And so he really grew in the last year. He like, I think, reading Sam's stuff about him, there's concerns with his not durability, but conditioning, how long he can play. But I thought that stuff got better as the year went along. I thought he got in better shape, but the Thunder have plenty of bodies, right? Like,
which is what I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
So look, they have Chet, they have Thomas Sorber, who didn't play last year for them. Yeah. They have Isaiah Hartenstein, and they now have Adai Mara. They also have Jalen Williams, who is pretty important for them in that front court.
He's a big,
They have 5 bigs. 1, where is the minutes for Adai Mara? And 2, like, is this all in an effort to we need more players to try and guard Victor Wembanyama?
Oh, he's mad because do they get another pick?
The Bucks have 13.
Oh, the Bucks have 13.
Yeah, the Mavericks don't have another pick until 30.
Okay, yeah. So I thought he was like, do we? I was like, you don't have another pick.
Yeah, it is really interesting because they picked a center at around this part of the draft last year, and Thomas Sorber, who's healthy now, and
different player though.
Yeah, definitely a different.
He's a different player, but these are basically centers though.
Yeah.
And so they have a lot of roster spots that are filled up with
dedicated
guys that just play center.
Dedicated towards center.
But tell me this, like at every other position, they pretty much have it figured out, right?
I still think they could use
a shooting guard.
like a 4
a 4.
I think like a big wing, another creator next to Jalen Williams. And look, maybe they do that with the 17th pick. Swinging for Swain. We're still down for that.
He could still be there.
Can I just give you Adai Mara's measurements just to like convince you again?
You know what? Talk me into it.
7'3", 7'6" wingspan, and he has a 9'9" reach.
Yeah.
He literally just has to step on his tippy toes to touch the rim.
Yeah.
That's all.
And I hit the character stuff earlier, right? I'm gonna hit you with another character, like the sweetest young.
Okay.
like
you know
you're gonna love him. You're gonna love interviewing him.
You go and you hang around the Thunder, right? You're gonna sit down with him. You're gonna be like, I love this kid.
All right.
Like they call him the Big Goof.
The big what?
The Big Goof.
The big scouting for you.
They call him the Big Goof.
Okay.
And some company made T-shirts at the Final Four and brought them and delivered them to Michigan. They had a box of Big Goof shirts. After they won on Saturday night to advance to the championship,
Look at the guy
he had the Big Goof shirt on.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I will
the
say
big goof.
The Big Goof.
I do think like this gives you some insurance eventually for Hartenstein, because they were just showing some of his playmaking chops. Like that's something you get from Isaiah Hartenstein.
That's very thundery for sure. They love to have playmaking from the big position.
Yeah,
and he's
best passing big in this draft.
Over Boozer.
Yeah.
Wow.
Over Boozer.
He has more like creativity with his pass. Like he'll be. That's
probably like the international game.
He'll be about 12 feet from the basket, off the block, and he'll throw an over his head alley pass. Like he'll throw passes like that. Like really, really creative.
You got to understand, 7'4".
Listen, you can't teach 7'4".
His favorite quote is, "A basket makes one person happy, and assist makes two people happy."
Oh man.
You like him. You like him.
That quote is that's like very Presty coded. I bet that he loves that.
Yeah.
I bet that Sam loves that.
Dusty keeps repeating it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, keeps repeating it. It was in my story, and Dusty stole it and just keeps repeating it.
Those are the kind of guys the Thunder need, though. Like they have a lot of really good scorers. They need good facilitators. And so like maybe it's not that Hartenstein doesn't come back next year.
Yeah.
But perhaps like Hartenstein gets like a 2-year extension, and then by that time they feel more comfortable with Mara.
Yeah. And this is also one of those things where because they have so many bigs, they can slow roll this and make sure that he does get his conditioning up, make sure that he can play more minutes at the NBA level. Like the big difference between college and the NBA, the biggest in my opinion, is the fact that you're going from a 30 to 40 game schedule in terms of a season to 82 games.
Yeah.
And that can be very, very taxing on a player. Of course, there are conditioning concerns here with Mara, but generally, if you have that front court, if you have that many guys available to you, and the one thing the Oklahoma City Thunder have are guys.
Yeah.
I think Mara will be able to slowly get into the swing of things.
It's a lot of fouls.
Sure.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just what you need.
He's happy to foul too.
Yeah, there you go.
He for a guy that used to be like, I think at UCLA the problem with Mick is like not physical enough, doesn't play with enough physicality. Made huge strides there this year with that.
All right.
He got a lot better. I'm a fan.
Okay.
Look, I will say Thunder fans in the comments right now, not the happiest about this pick.
What did they want?
They would have wanted the ones that came earlier, which was Burries or Morez, basically.
Well, they can't have them. So, like, why are we upset about things we can't have?
Isn't that what life's all about, CJ?
Sports fandom.
Like, I understand if you're like, well, I wanted this guy who's there, and we could have taken him. But like, take it, Matt. Did you want him to trade up? I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess they did want them to trade up. That was kind of a possibility for OKC, they tried.
It is always a possibility with the Thunder when you have extra draft picks and you have players that you want to go get. It is really difficult to trade up in the draft.
Yeah,
I'd be very happy with this scenario if I'm.
Yeah, I will say this. I think I prefer Mara over Ament.
Oh yeah.
So
what if they take Ament at 17?
They're not going to, because the Milwaukee Bucks are taking Nate Ament.
The pick is in. All right. Okay. The pick is in. I don't know why my thing is so slow in comparison to yours, but yes.
I don't know.
Nate Ament, Milwaukee Bucks.
I'm gonna go contemplate life over here.
This is also another guy.
We are definitely not online still, by the way. I messed all that up.
I saw you press the pick is in button.
Yeah.
Very good job. Very good job. Talk to me about Nate Ament, because I think, again, another polarizing player in this class. Some people thought he could go as high as 5. He goes 13 to the Bucks. And this is, by the way, the difference between Braden Burries and Nate Ament, which is like Burries is more of a surefire thing. Ament, much more of a project, much more of a guy that you have to gamble and swing on. How do you feel about that pick?
Yeah, he's one of those guys that it depended on the night you watched him, how you felt about him. Like there would be days where when the shot was going in, you can talk yourself into him very easily. He produced at a pretty good level. That Tennessee system the last few years has been set up to like, okay, put a star wing there, started kind of with Dalton Connect, and give him all the shots he wants and let him produce. And Nate had that opportunity this year. They ended up going more with Gillespie as being more their like primary scorer. But I think that you can talk yourself into like, okay, well, here's what he can become. But the old Fran Fraschilla line, like he's a year away from being a year away.
Yeah.
That's also possible.
Yeah.
There's some bust possibility with him.
I think if you're Milwaukee here, it's this guy was such a highly touted prospect going into the season.
Yeah.
Let's focus on why that was because, all right, they get a safe pick with Braden Burries. Now you do get to kind of gamble a little bit. You do get to say like, look, if Nate hits and we are, the early season projections about him were correct, and we can unlock that with Taylor Jenkins, who obviously is so good at developing young guys. If he can get him on board and get him in the right headspace, all right, now this is a guy who was a top 4, 5, 6 talent going into the college season, and now we've unlocked what Tennessee could not. So I do think it's a smart gamble for them. There are better players and definitely safer players at this, but like I think this is the right gamble for a franchise like Milwaukee, especially based on what happened last night.
Yeah, and I would say that there are ties to the Tennessee program with the ownership group as well. So like there's probably some excitement within that group about picking a guy from Tennessee.
Yeah.
And he's really one of the only guys that has like the measurements as a wing that Nate Ament does. And so I think that there's reasons for he's just so theoretical. Like so many things about him are theoretical.
Yes.
And that would worry me a little bit. I think they need to like really nail the way that they develop him.
Let's get into the important part of this, which is that he has to put on a Miami Heat hat because we have to pretend this trade is not happening because it's not happening until July 6th. I get it. Things could fall apart. Things could change.
Put it on and then throw it off.
This is what we have Photoshop for. Is for those pictures later on, then you just put a Bucks hat on them or you put a Heat hat on them or whatever.
The technology.
My least favorite part about the draft.
Yes.
That like we have to pretend that this is
Yeah, this is awkward with all the Heat logos around him.
Like he knows he's not going there.
Everybody knows he's playing for Milwaukee.
Turn it around at least, put it on backwards. Do
Oh,
something.
yeah.
Oh, if you put it on backwards, that's actually the move. Is if he just before he shook out
that's
Silver
what
Sand,
that's what it should be.
Spins it around.
Absolutely.
That would be a really cool move. I don't know that Nate Ament would be the guy to do it.
You know what's concerning about him is they have one of the best strength coaches in the country. Those Tennessee guys always come out just jacked. Like he's still looking a little bit like me.
You know what else is concerning about him is that they already have an Oos at home, and they're just bringing in another one.
Look, you can't have too many, or maybe you can. I don't know. You probably can, but some might say one's too many. Yeah, but it might be once you have you have 2 quarterbacks, you don't have any quarterbacks. Might be the opposite. You have 2, so you have 1.
Double the Oos.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I think this is. I think. Look, he's not my favorite prospect in the draft, but I do like Milwaukee swinging here. Yeah, I do think this is good.
He'll probably be the best player in this draft. Just
right.
As we talk about double the Oos, he's going to be like MVP candidate.
Yeah. Also, one more comment for you. He said how sweet Mara is. That's a bad thing. We want jerks.
No, but
we want jerks.
He's got
in Oklahoma City or just generally.
Yeah.
He's
too much camaraderie on OKC. I think that's why they lost. They're two together. They're two together.
It wasn't the injuries, is that
it's
they were
chemistry. Yeah.
Too many sweethearts in
someone to
OKC.
ruffle feathers. Exactly.
Too many
He'll
sweethearts.
ruffle some feathers on the court.
Yeah.
He'll ruffle some feathers on the court.
How do we feel about all of this so far? Does it feel like it's going as planned? I said earlier to you that it feels kind of chalk.
Yeah, it's interesting going into today and early this morning talking to people around the league. They were like, "All right, we think there are going to be a lot of moves tonight." And there's still plenty of time.
Yeah.
But then about 2-3 hours before the draft, you did get this whole sense of like,
nothing's happening.
it's kind of quiet out there.
This
Teams have locked in.
This is where it could get a little wild.
Yes.
Like there's a lot of teams that are, I think, all over the board on the next crop of guys.
Right.
Sam he's not 13 for 13 on the picks, but his first 13 guys in his mock are off the board.
Went.
Right.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So I think this is where it gets.
He's
kinda
no longer
interesting.
washed. He's back. He's back. He's made a recovery here. Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is where the draft gets interesting though, because I think there are a lot of different outcomes for these next probably 10 picks.
Also, the bedazzled Miami Heat logo. Do you guys see that?
Yeah, not
it's
good. I don't like it.
No? All right.
And I think he should turn around.
he should turn. That was
absolutely
a great
turn around.
suggestion.
Yeah.
I always think it is tough for these guys that got this big poofy hair too to even get a hat on top of that.
Yeah. Flip it around. Why not? Yeah. All right. Well, look, this is the first pick for the Charlotte Hornets. They are on the clock now. A lot of people thought they would be the Morez Johnson team, maybe even the Adai Mara team. I'm going to pitch to you guys the next big that I think is going to be going here, and that's Hans Steinbach. A friend of mine says that sounds like a James Bond villain or a Die Hard villain.
I thought it was an author. I got to be honest. Like,
sure.
I thought it was an author. I was
or
like,
a musician.
like,
oh man, that Steinbach.
A lot of
song.
different outcomes in his occupation.
Exactly. Didn't have big man in the NBA with that name, but look, there's first for everything.
I'm a big fan of him. I think he has a chance to. I feel like I've said that of all the bigs, but I really do think he has a chance to be maybe the best big in this draft. There's an opportunity because he has the best hands.
Yeah,
in this draft.
It feels like he can catch anything.
He catches
right?
anything. He can finish anything in and around the basket. There's sort of this promise and potential of a 3-point shot that's interesting to me. Maybe he ends up developing that. Very tenacious rebounder, maybe the best rebounder in this draft class. I think he makes a lot of sense for how the Charlotte Hornets want to play, which is win the possession battle, crash the offensive glass. I would wager this is Hans Steinbach.
Terrific in pick and roll too.
Yeah.
And like a really smart screener, really smart at finding the pocket. The hands are awesome. I think also,
I was right, by the way. The pick is in Hans Steinbach.
Oh, there we go.
So while we're here.
Like Dylan Harper stuff this past year, not to say that those two players are the same at all, but like playing on a crummy team and you're like, well, why didn't he win? It was a mess at Washington.
Yeah.
That their guards were hurt. I was a believer in them in the preseason because I loved watching him last summer.
Yeah.
Play for Germany and the U19 team. Him and Christian Andersen were terrific together. I think this is a good, safe pick where at the very least, like the floor for he's another guy with high floor just because, as you said, terrific hands. Yeah. Really smart roller. If the shot comes along, that's interesting. Really knows how to play, has a mature game. I like him. So I think this is a good solid pick for them and a team that like they need guys that can play right away. And it's time for them to win. Right. So like
Kalkbrenner, Moussa Diabate, and now Steinbach. And I think everybody saw the leap that the Hornets took this season. Next year, it's got to be a leap on top of that.
It has to be. It can't be regressing back. It can't be, and granted, a lot of stuff happened a couple years ago, but they had those 2 play-in tournament appearances and then just became crap again. Right. And it can't be that. Like, this is such a pivotal time in building around LaMelo Ball, who's obviously been there for a long time now. This has to be a playoff team every single season moving forward. They have too much talent. We saw how they turned around. I mean, Charles Lee did a phenomenal job coaching that team last season, turning them around midseason. Diabate into the starting lineup was a big part of that, bringing energy, bringing rebounding, bringing defense. It transform what they were able to do on the court. I think Steinbach is someone who comes in and kind of takes that to another level. Not necessarily the energy and the defense of a Diabate, but what he's able to do in terms of just settling that interior. That's what Musa was so good at, is just we have someone we know 24, 28 minutes a game can just be good for us, and maybe not a star, but a star role player. I think Hans has such a great chance of doing that, and him being a pick and roll big with LaMelo, with Kahn, with Brandon Miller,
make life easy for him.
His timing on pick and rolls is so good. Like some guys, they set the pick, they turn, they just crash into the glass. He knows, like, I'm gonna wait a minute here, or maybe I need to slip this screen. Like his timing is so good. And like you said, probably the best rebounder in the draft. And with the way that they crash the boards, he's going to feast.
Good.
Yeah,
it's such a perfect fit, and I feel like this is kind of, I would say this might be my favorite pick of the draft so far. That's not top 4. I think it's like one of the best fits that we've seen so far. And maybe not outfit, unfortunately, for Hans Steinbach. Very Wall Street. Kind of looks Wall Street.
Clean.
Okay,
nice and simple.
Fair enough.
No, I wanted to see let's see some
James Bond villain,
real
Mozart
type.
Real Mozart.
I want to see 18th century composer, right?
Get whose dad was it with the hat, with the Peaky Blinders hat?
Oh, that was Kingston Flemings,
Kingston
right?
Fleming.
Yeah.
Get him to come
Let
on.
him borrow the hat.
Let him borrow the hat.
Maybe he's got some stuff on the inside.
Sure.
Should be show some German heritage, something.
Yeah.
So maybe a little touch.
Andrew said Lederhosen. What's Lederhosen?
Lederhosen, yeah. That's it's like.
I didn't say this.
Oh, this is Dave. This is a Dave Dufour suggestion if I have ever seen it.
Yeah, Lederhosen's like that stereotypical Oktoberfest outfit. That's what you want on Hans.
Dad played with Dirk.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a great connection. Yeah. I like this pick a lot. I think this makes a ton of sense for them. Do you believe in the jump shot? Do you think that's going to be a part of his game?
I think it can be. Yeah, I think that it'll improve as he gets older. And I mean, you see guys come into the league, Al Horford, for instance, who didn't shoot that much in college, that they develop a shot in the NBA. I think that's an outcome that could be possible for him. But at the very least, rebounder, roller. Yeah. Do all the little things. There aren't a lot of shots to be had. That's pretty cool. Dirk's there. There aren't a lot of shots to be had for in Charlotte, right? So it makes sense. I do think he's more of a 4 than a 5. I know he can play both positions.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think he's more of a 4. I think he's better as a 4 than a 5. Not a great shot blocker, but that's where Kalkbrenner will probably play.
I was actually going to say
him.
That's part of the concern with Steinbach, is that he's not a traditional rim protector. He's not a guy who's going to be able to anchor a defense with this Hornets team. That's not necessarily the greatest defensively.
But he's the 4.
Either.
I think that looks a lot better.
Right. They did. I mean, they showed a lot defensively in terms of improvement.
Yeah.
That second half of the season. So I don't think you necessarily need shot blocking there, rim protection. You need position, right? If he can be in position,
and he will be that.
Yeah,
he's smart.
Like that. Sometimes just getting in the way is the right defense.
Okay, well, now the Chicago Bulls are back on the clock. Their second pick of this draft, courtesy of the Portland Trailblazers, by the way. This is from when they, I believe, traded DeMar DeRozan. I think that's the deal that this happened from. I can't remember, to be honest with you. But either way, this is a Bulls pick. Also, they took Caleb Wilson already. If we're kind of going on the slap methodology here, what do you guys think they're taking? The pick is in, so I'm just kind of curious about a quick prediction.
Sam's got Cam Carr. That would fit with the slap.
That would fit.
I forget the slap. Give me Christian Anderson here.
Christian Anderson
should be the guy.
They do need guys that make shots.
Yeah.
Which Carr can too.
Yeah, Carr can shoot, but I mean, for me, Christian Anderson should be the guy.
Okay, well, both of you guys were incorrect.
Okay.
Dalen Swain is the pick here.
Another wing that can't make shots.
Now, I was under the impression they had made a regime change with the Bulls. This feels very
similar.
2022 Bulls draft pick. Yeah.
Look, can I just say this real quick?
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Dalen Swain.
I'm not, so sell me on.
Okay, yeah. I think he has an incredible handle. He can get to the basket. He's a very, very good driver. I agree with you that the shot is not there. He actually,
it's improved, but it's not there.
the only reason I'm saying this is because I thought he would be a great pick at 19 for the Toronto Raptors from doing the scouting and kind of looking at what he could potentially be. He shot better on pull-ups this season than catch and shoot. And I wonder if that is a ball handling issue. Like he's so comfortable with the ball in his hands.
Yeah, he's not a catch and shoot guy.
Will he be able to develop a catch and shoot jumper? I think that'll be the biggest swing for Dalen Swain as a player.
He's just too much like kind of the other guys that they have. And this is, I mean, I don't love trying to get too much in the NBA analysis stuff. Like I watch a ton of the NBA.
Yeah.
But I know these guys like it just
they literally have Patrick Williams at home. Like it's
true. That is true. That is true. And Modest it's an archetype.
Yeah.
But he does kind of fit into the slap mentality.
Sure. Yeah.
You know?
I mean, look, if his handle is going to be legit at the NBA level, and he again, we talked about it with a very different position, but getting into the teeth, you know, if he can be enough of a threat as a shooter to where they have to close out on him being able to attack that closeout will be his strength at the NBA level.
And at this point in the draft, you're looking for depth and like we can't look at him as necessarily, he's got to be a guy that starts and fits along with those guys.
Not at
so
all.
he can be their second unit creator, playmaker, because he is a guy you put the ball in his hands and you let make plays for other. That's what he did really well for Texas. He's not like he scored the ball honestly better this year than I thought he would. But yeah, so he can kind of be that second unit guy and do those things that their starters can do. So in that sense, it makes sense because you're at this point in the draft, you're not necessarily always looking for starters.
I am concerned about guys who can't catch and shoot. Like if you're better on the pull up, look, you have to be like an elite pull up shooter. He's not, right? Like he's better on the pull up than the catch and shoot, and that might be a balancing. That might be a simple change in footwork. That might be a simple change in how you set up your shot on the catch. But guys at this level getting into the NBA, you should be someone who at worst is reliable enough, catch and shoot. And that's what concerns me about his shot. Like it seems slow, and it seems imbalanced, and that is fixable. But I don't know. That just gives me pause with so many other players on the board.
Bennett Stirtz, Christian Anderson, guys that can really shoot.
Wanted them to get a guard.
I would have like Stirtz would have been
someone who can make a jump shot. That's who I want the Bulls to get.
Honestly, Cam Carr would have been a good pick here.
We might see Stirtz right here. The Grizzlies are next.
Okay,
I could see Stirtz going right here.
Stirtz is also very interesting. I mean, look, we're going to see Dalen Swain kind of make his way to the podium with the Bulls. Up next, Wilson and Swain. That's the combination. The Oklahoma City Thunder are pretty close to that second pick.
Close.
And those guys are running out pretty quickly, Andrew. The dudes are running out quickly.
The dudes are running out quickly. It's true.
What's the paranoia? What's the fear level?
Feeling good, guys. You know, just hanging out.
Who do you want now?
There is a fear on his face.
And even in his voice,
we're doing great over here, guys. Pushing buttons, making sure that you guys sound good. That's my main concern tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who do you want now?
Oh, y'all. Okay.
Who replaces Lou Dort?
Who replaces Lou Dort? Probably Casey Wallace, or somebody that's already on the roster. If they can
get a second Casey Wallace, I think it's a good idea.
If they can get, can they draft Casey again? I would do that.
Now you have to have the bench guy.
I would do that. I love Stirtz. I think Stirtz would be awesome in OKC's offense. I think he would be great. I don't know that they would take him because I don't know if he can hang defensively the way that the other guys do.
Yeah,
and he could be gone right here, which would be really fun to watch happen. Just please know Kareem Lopez, okay?
Just know Kareem Lopez. No. I think he's the guy who will drop.
He's the guy I can't tell you shit about.
Yeah.
You know what? You couldn't even talk me into it.
We're 3 hours in at this point. I'm very curious to see where the Grizzlies go here with this next pick as well, because they got Cam Boozer in the door. They obviously have the talent with Cedric Howard and Zach Edey. It's like, do they go guard? Do they just grab another wing? What direction do you guys think they go?
I mean, I wonder if this informs more of what they're thinking will happen with Ja. There's not really a trade market for Ja, right? Like there just isn't, and we're not seeing any momentum there. Do you still start preparing for life after Ja, where that's a Christian Anderson, that's
LeBron Phylon, maybe
LeBron Phylon, like someone who, yes, they have some guard depth there, but a lot of it was injured last season. And so, Ty Jerome could be their answer that's already on the roster. But if they go with a guard here, I think you start wondering, maybe they're just going to unload Ja, not look to get much back because they've already gotten so much for Triple J and for Desmond Bane.
Do you have a favorite Ja spot, landing spot? It's kind of tough, right?
I honestly, I would have loved to see him in Brooklyn. Just give him a chance to just go play, be a part of an organization.
Start fresh.
There's not a lot.
There's
not a lot of spots. Yeah.
It's a weird time for Ja Morant because so much of it is hey, prove it now.
And I thought we were going to go through the same thing with Trae Young, and then he got $212 million inexplicably from Washington. So I don't know. Maybe there is multiple spots for Ja.
We do have a little bit of time here to talk about Trae Young. You do not agree with that contract.
It's nothing based on what we were hearing.
Yeah.
Right? It was, all right, they'll get Trae. Maybe it's a 2-year deal. Maybe it's a 3-year deal with an option.
Even the trading for him, it didn't feel like they were going to max him out.
There was no market. And all the talk was he'll decline this $49 million option. He'll drop down into that $40 million range, save them some money, shorter term deal. And without really what I would say is any leverage of a true threat to go get him away from Washington, he and his agent finessed 4 years, $212 million.
Incredible work.
Unbelievable agenting.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And I'm surprised with as much good as Washington has done over the last 2 years of kind of reshaping this thing and taking some risks. That seems like the biggest risk to me is putting all that money towards Trae Young, but I guess they saw enough. I don't know.
And look, we're watching the broadcast right now, and AJ Dybantsa is there, and I think so much of what he is going to do for this franchise will dictate how they look over the next 4 or 5 years. As much as Trae is getting paid like the star, this is the guy that they hope is the star.
His contract will be done when it's time to pay him.
That's right.
Absolutely.
And that's big. Yeah,
it does line up pretty well.
Yeah,
you just want to make sure you have that position taken care of while he's starting his development.
Exactly.
Phase, and you start over, I'm sure, in a couple of years deciding what you want to do with that money.
I'm also kind of in the fits category just because I saw AJ's fit again.
There's a lot happening there.
That's a little much for me. It's a little much for me.
It's not bad. I like.
He's
got not good.
I like the
he's
flags.
got the Bahamas.
Sure,
that's cool.
That's great.
The Jamaican flag is there as well. Shout out to.
I don't love the embroidery.
Is that a T-shirt underneath the jacket?
I'm a fan of the T-shirt.
I don't mind that.
I don't mind the T-shirt underneath.
Yeah.
I was curious. Is it? I can't.
We haven't even talked about Jay Billis's jacket. That's a jacket, man. That is.
Is there a button?
No,
on that,
I think it's one of those.
No, it's one of those fake collar.
Fake collar things.
Yeah.
What's it called? Handfield. Some. I don't remember.
This is out of my realm.
AJ Dybantsa. Yeah, it is a lot of embroidery,
Yeah.
and he's getting his autograph. I guess someone is getting an autograph of him. That's very cool.
That's good.
Do we still not have a pick for the?
We do not
Grizzlies?
have a pick for the Grizzlies yet.
Wow.
I'll ask you guys another one. What's your favorite all-time fit that you've seen in the draft? What's the best ever?
I like 2003
Bron.
with guys just in giant suits. I love those pictures.
Big ass suit.
That's
Drew
incredible.
Gooden in an unreal amount of fabric. Absolutely. Yeah.
LeBron James.
Those are the worst, but they're the most hilarious to look back on.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Why were huge suits and huge shorts a thing back in the day?
and for a great suit that I think is often forgotten, Jalen Rose in that red suit, killer.
I don't even remember.
Oh, check it. You got to pull it up right now. It is a killer suit.
Okay, Jalen Rose in the NBA draft.
Mhm.
Oh, it's red pinstripe.
Yeah.
I don't know if here you go. Take a look at this. Maybe Andrew can throw it up for everybody, but
Yeah,
it is a
that's
nice
a great
draft.
one.
That is a nice suit.
Joakim Noah had a bad one, and I think he went bow tie, so that hurts my argument for earlier, but still not a bolo tie.
You know what's funny? I do think
That's a win for the Bolo crew.
Something that hasn't been said since 1890.
The Memphis Grizzlies have finally selected, and you guys are correct. Bennett Stirtz is going to the Memphis Grizzlies.
No, they're not. No, they're not. Move out of the way.
Oh, whoa.
What's up? The Thunder?
Memphis is trading the 16th pick, Bennett Stirtz, to the Oklahoma City Thunder for 2 second-round picks.
Oh, I like
Just for
it.
2 second-round picks?
Yes. So they're not trading. I think the Thunder are keeping 17.
Interesting.
Why would Memphis do this?
That is bizarre.
No,
2
they're-
second-round picks?
Hey, can we just say top 16, right? 2 of the top 16 picks from the Kansas City area.
That's right.
Go.
Let's go.
Let's
go.
Come on.
Started D2. Hey, what's up, Roger Stirtz? Good man right there.
I'm a big
Good
fan
stuff.
of Bennett Stirtz with the Thunder. He's
Wow.
he's another creator for OKC. He can really shoot the rock. He's a guy that is a great passer. He can get into the lane and make great passes, and the Thunder need a guy like that. They desperately needed somebody like that when a couple of their guys went down in the playoffs. I don't know that Stirtz.
Can we just
is
address the fact
necessarily
that the Thunder got this pick for free?
I like his fit too. You got to see the
That-
inside of the jacket flap. as
Okay,
well.
I'm anxious to see it. So I think this is a really nice pick. Also, you can listen to Baraheni's interview with Bennett Stirtz.
Yes. Yeah. Great
That's
guy.
on our
Very good
YouTube
guy.
page. A guy that I think Thunder fans will really like.
He is perfect for Oklahoma
He's
City.
a great
Oh,
guy
man.
for you
They're,
guys. Yes.
Great
they're
guy.
gonna love him. Best pocket passer in this draft. One of the best pocket passers
Ooh,
I've
I
ever
like
seen.
a good pocket passer.
He will be. They've got good bigs, pick and roll type bigs. Adai Mara now being one of them. He'll pair well with him.
No, I like the Adai Mara pick a lot better now.
A little combination there between Stirtz and Mara.
Best stamina in the draft. Like Bennett never comes off the floor.
Yeah,
Obviously, he's not going to have to play those kinds of minutes for OKC, but I think he'll be like a play hard kind of guy. You're looking for a replacement for, you said earlier, for
Dort.
for Dort.
Yeah.
He is not necessarily Dort, but
Yeah.
like
He definitely
in
can't
terms,
defend like
in
Dort.
terms of
Yeah.
but he's a very good defender and like knows how to play team defense really well. Just a really, really, really smart player. Obviously, every guy that comes from Ben McCollum's system is going to be as well schooled as anybody. You know, his guys are really, really smart, know how to play ball. So I think this is a good fit for them.
2 second-round picks.
Yeah, I'm a little bit mind blown by
I-
this.
I don't understand that. Zach, call up your sources. Figure this out.
right now.
Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
That is
Memphis would do
bizarre.
it?
Okay, all right.
Sam was dumb enough to give me his number years
We
ago.
have
so
finally gotten clarity
Okay,
here.
what's the clarity?
It is a swap.
Okay.
The
They did
Grizzlies
get
will get
17.
17.
Okay.
The,
The Thunder
will
gets
get
16.
16. And the Grizzlies.
Okay, I was like, that makes
so much
no
more
sense. Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Okay. I think it makes sense for the Thunder to trade up to get him
Yeah.
too, because he seemed like a guy that the Grizzlies might
And
want.
From what I was told, the Grizzlies did want him, so that's why I was a little
Yeah,
surprised.
that's a little bizarre. That if they
That's
did
why
want him,
that's
that
what I was
they-
predicting.
that they
It's the
would
one
do
thing
that.
I predicted.
Yeah.
It's like I had a little.
That's true.
Yeah, yeah.
I do wonder what it means for a guy in Nikola Topic for the Thunder, because this is like another like bigger. He's not like a huge point guard like Topic is, but he's another guy that plays that playmaking position.
Yep.
And Topic has been through a lot since he got to the league. Tore his ACL. He had testicular cancer, and now he's had this operation on his back. They say he'll be ready for training camp, but like when you have surgery on your back in the summer, it doesn't sound too promising. So I just wonder what that means there. It may mean nothing. It may just mean that they really like Stirtz and they wanted to get him into their program and kind of see where he's at. But there's a lot of competition.
Mhm.
We talk about Mara and Sorber. Like there's competition there between those guys. Like I don't know that you're gonna have all the guys that are on the roster plus like these two guys, these two up and coming centers that can play. And I don't know if you're gonna have Topic here either. So I'm interested to see how it all kind of plays out.
I will say, and I'd love to get your thoughts on this, like Sturtz's ability to play off of the ball. Like he's a really, really good shooter off of the catch. I think that was kind of the sell. You know, the Raptors are coming up in a couple picks. My logic here for them, it applies the exact same for the Thunder. He can play next to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He can be in these like transitional lineups with J-Dub as the primary ball handler, Sturtz spacing the floor. And of course he can like lead offense. You know, he's a guy who can create plays for you. One of the smartest players in college. What do you think Sturtz is going to bring?
I think you also, when you go to a team like Oklahoma City, you have to have a certain belief in yourself and a maturity to get on the floor with those guys.
100%.
And he has that. Like he's going to come in believing he can belong, and also coming in with a humbleness that like, okay, I'm not the guy here. Like I've got to change how I play to fit along with Shai and fit along with these other guys. I think it's a really good like cultural fit for them. And he's a I do hope he gets some chances of second unit being on the ball, because that's where you see some of the best playing out of ball screens, that kind of stuff. But really, really smart off ball. We'll get steals. We'll get some, opportunistic stuff for them. And I like the fit here, which is you got to have guys that you can play in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Stirtz and Mara. That's the end of the draft for you guys. How do you feel?
Yeah. I think it's really interesting. Obviously, I like the Stirtz pick a lot more than the Mara pick. I think that the Thunder just need shooting. Like they need more like actual knockdown shooters.
Yeah.
And I think bringing a guy like that in, I think it shows too, like the Thunder know that. They get McCain at the deadline last year. They get Stirtz tonight.
That's another guy who's in competition here. Like McCain, where's the playing time coming?
Yeah, this is where I think they're going to have to like maybe let go of a Luguentz Dort and then move either Case and Wallace into the starting lineup or AJ Mitchell. I think AJ Mitchell will be the starter.
Yeah.
And in that place. And then I think like Stirtz will have a chance to like handle the ball in the second unit. As soon as this year, I think, Mark Daigneault is not afraid to play everybody.
Yeah.
And especially play young guys. And I think if Stirtz is ready, I think he's ready now to at least soak up some minutes. I think he could be really interesting for OKC.
He's also like he's one of the older guys in this draft. And you talk about ready now, like he's seen a lot of different versions of college basketball offense wise. I think he can kind of
he's seen one version.
That's true. The Iowa
McCollum version. But what a freaking story, man.
Yeah.
No Division I offers out of high school. Went to Northwest Missouri State. Followed Ben to Drake. Could have been paid a ton of money this last year to go to a lot of different schools. There was a school at Drake's NCAA tournament game from a high major that was recruiting him and was going to offer him a lot more money than Iowa would give him. And he stayed loyal to Ben McCollum. Like, it's a really, really, really cool story. That's what this night is about.
Yeah.
A guy that started in the Division II as the round one pick.
So we've got another trade here to break.
Okay.
The Detroit Pistons are acquiring the 17th overall pick and will take Ibuka Aori.
Oh, okay.
Now, just a little bit of this is not
I would have liked
source, but
Phylon for them.
I would have liked Phylon for them too, but I will just say the reason that they jumped from 21 to 17 was because the pick that the Raptors were going to take was Ibuka Aori.
Oh.
I think that for many people that you spoke to around the league, the mock drafts that you saw come out today, many of them kind of squared up that it was going to be Ibuka Aori for the Raptors. They now jump ahead of the Raptors. 17, they get the pick and they get their guy. So
interesting.
That's that part.
Heck of a score.
Yeah. Very, very talented guy. I think, the fact that he goes ahead of Anderson, ahead of LeBaron Phylon.
Yeah, we haven't seen Anderson come off the board yet.
I think is an interesting, and also, by the way, 17 goes to the Pistons. They move back. 17 goes to the Pistons. The Grizzlies move back to 21, and they get 3 second-round picks in exchange for that.
So they're just racking up second-round picks.
Racking up second-round picks.
Now tell me this. Detroit could probably use a little shooting, right?
They could use a lot of shooting.
A lot of shooting.
Corey?
That's where it's a little weird. Like, awesome downhill attacker, gets to the paint, pretty good finisher around the basket, probably better than his numbers show because he wasn't on that talented of a team.
Yep.
The jumper, I don't hate off the dribble. We'll see.
He takes a lot of jumpers too.
I don't believe in it off the catch. That's where it's really long release off the catch.
Yeah.
He's going to have to get better there. But like for a second unit guard who can just come in and give you buckets, he's a microwave type guy that will be productive, I think, from that standpoint for them. But
welcome back, Zach.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Sam Presti would not answer my call. I just kept doing it over and over.
Voicemail,
and over.
I guess. Yeah, that's
he's busy, I guess.
He's going to get back to you.
He'll
Yeah,
get back to you. How do you feel about basically all that's transpired here over the last little bit? The Thunder moving up to get Stirtz, the Pistons moving up to get Aori, the Grizzlies moving back to 21.
I think everything you guys said about Stirtz is accurate. I probably would have gone with other players. Like I think for the Thunder, I think
Do you hate Kansas City?
I hate Kansas City.
First and foremost,
Chiefs beat the 49ers in the Super Bowl, and I've just sworn a hatred for them ever since. No, I think Stirtz is good. I would have maybe gambled a bit more on Carr. I know Stirtz is safer. Again, I'm still shocked Christian Anderson's on the board.
Same.
But I don't mind Like the logic behind it, you get shooting, you get a guy who can really like move the ball, as Andrew said. Like they need people to kind of keep that thing moving, and so I think that's smart. I'm a little shocked at Detroit making this move
I agree.
for Aori.
Yeah.
They do need a guy who can like really get that offense going. And I'm not saying like this is a better player, but you do have Dennis Jenkins, who was a great story for the Pistons last season. You can have multiple of those guys. I don't know how you play them together. It feels like an either or.
He's got to have the ball in his hands.
He's got to have the ball in his hands for sure. And so I definitely think they should have gone more of a wing who can create.
Connector.
Yes, a connector and definitely someone who can shoot.
This is, Corey, the comp that he keeps getting is Dennis Schroeder.
Sure.
And if you guys remember, Schroeder was a really big part of like their playoff run against the Knicks and kind of what he was able to provide defensively, but also like a secondary ball handler next to Cade Cunningham. I agree with you. They should continue to invest in Dennis Jenkins.
Yeah.
I guess the thing is like in this current NBA, can you have enough guards? Can you have too many guards? Like the Spurs just made it to the finals.
Sure.
The Knicks needed Jose Alvarado. Like just getting extra ball handling is important. And maybe Aori is the guy that they liked the most out of all.
That's what I do like the element of like, this is a going up to get your guy type move. And I think that's always like, that's cool. Like these guys spend so long thinking about evaluating these players. I applaud the balls to go up and get your guy.
I think what helps is I'm with you. Like I don't think you can have too many guards in today's NBA.
Yeah.
You need some with size.
Yeah.
So Jenkins and Aori, like they're both small guys. What helps Aori is he's got crazy long arms, right? So
6'9"
that will help him at the NBA level, especially defensively, make up for some stuff. But we just saw that, yes, this team couldn't create for each other outside of Cade. And even then, man, Cade turned the ball over a lot in the playoffs, right? Because of everything he was asked to do. This will relieve some of that, except you still can't shoot. And I think a problem I have with this
Christian
is like
Anderson would have made sense.
Christian Anderson would have made a lot of sense. I would have loved that pick. Asar Thompson is so elite moving without the ball and obviously defensively, right? But he can't shoot at all. As long as you can kind of stay somewhat in front of him, you can deal with him on the court. The other side of that is Duncan Robinson, so good at shooting, can't defend. And you kind of think like, all right, Thompson allows you to play Robinson at the same time. You're still, though, kind of playing 4-on-5 at all times, right?
Yeah.
I think they need more guys who can spread out some of that. And so you need a shooter who can move some stuff on defense, move some stuff on offense.
Speaking of shooting, of a guy you've mentioned, Christian Anderson, he now goes to the Charlotte Hornets. The pick is in.
I love that pick. This might be my favorite pick of the draft.
Really?
Yeah. Where they're getting him.
Even though there are we don't know if Kobe White is going to be re-signed with the Hornets, no idea, but they do have a lot of guards. And like Christian Anderson, defensively, there are questions there with his size and whatnot. So how do you feel about again, we just talked about how you can't have too many guards, but would that mean there will be opportunity for him? I think
there's so much opportunity. I think a big thing with Charles Lee is creating competition within the rotation, right? And I'm a big fan of just you should go out there and earn some minutes. Yeah. And so, yes, they have Trey Mann on the roster. They have, Josh Green on the roster. If Christian Anderson's as good as a lot of us, including myself, think he is, he will earn those minutes over those guys. Yeah. Even though they're good, and this Charlotte team likes to get up shots from the outside. Yeah. He is going to help with that. And they love the guard screens with the Hornets. And he can be a nice guard, catch and shoot guy.
Terrific shooter.
The best maybe of the class, right?
He's up there. One thing that's cool about this one too is him and Hans played together with Team Germany. So there's the connection there. The concern with him is his size and his speed. Yeah. Can he get by people? He played in a Texas Tech system where they really move around the chess pieces in a smart way, and they help their players generate offense. But he really, really smart in making those decisions in their offense. But I think the concern with him, I talk to people, is can he get to the paint on his own? He needs a ball screen. but really good out of a ball screen.
Yeah.
Can really, really shoot it. And what I liked about him and Phylon is they both came into situations where it was like as freshmen a year ago or 2 years ago, where maybe not a ton was expected of them right away. And they came in and like they believed and they competed and they made a difference and right away.
Yeah.
And like that dude was a baller as a freshman. And he was awesome this past year. And and having a guy like he does play really well with Steinbach. We've seen that on an actual basketball court. So it makes sense here. I am a big Phylon fan, and I'll talk more about him when he finally gets off the board.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's possible that he's way better than where he ends up going.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
The Toronto Raptors are now on the clock. And I honestly, like, from a Raptors perspective, this is a pretty good board for them.
Absolutely.
If you look at the options that they have available, I think they would have liked one of the guards that just went between Bennett Stirtz and Christian Anderson. But between Phylon, between Cameron Carr, who I know they are a big fan of, I know there's been talk about like an Allan Graves or getting another big like a Chris Senac. They like all of those guys. And so the fact that all of them are available to them, I think just it goes with trust your scouts, see what the best player available is. I personally would go with a guard. I think they need guard creation. I know there's the Jakob Poeltl question with the back and him not looking 100%, but just the fact that they need another guy to create next to Scotty Barnes, next to Brandon Ingram. There's sort of the RJ Barrett question moving forward, but just they need shooting, they need creation. And there are a couple guys here in this range that could fill that void.
For sure. I think if they went guard here, great. If they went big, great. Like they as much as I love Colin Murray Boyles, he's not a center.
Yeah.
Right? And they played him out of position. He did good. You know, he played really well in that, but that's not a long-term solution for him and maximizing his position. How much of that need of what you just said, like, hey, they need guys that can create. They need guys. How much of that is a reaction to just the Emmanuel Quickly injury concerns? Is that kind of betting against that?
I think it is, but it's also it kind of goes back to the conversation we've been having over the last 10 minutes, where it's like you can't have too many players that can handle the ball.
Right.
And you know, I know they like to lean on their wings and their forwards to handle the ball for them between Ingram and Scotty. Even RJ does a little bit of handling for them. You still need guard creation. And Quickly, when he was out in the playoffs, they missed his pull-up shooting.
Right.
They missed his ability to just like get into the crevices of the defense. I think that type of player is LeBaron Phylon.
Yeah, I think with a Corey off the board, it should absolutely be Phylon. Like I'm with you. Like he's better than where he's going to go in this draft at this point.
By the way, the Raptors, another team that notoriously will let that clock drain.
Absolutely. To 0, 0, 0. Absolutely. Like I also think, to your point about going and getting a guard, and I don't know what a trade market would even be, but they're going to have to make a financial decision at some point.
100%.
The easiest one to get rid of in terms of like, we can do without this guy, Emmanuel Quickly. Now that position is so saturated around the league that it will be hard to get off that money, but maybe this helps do that and you don't feel like you have to take as much back.
Right. I think the other guy to look at, and this is a guy that I'm a big fan of, is RJ Barrett, just because he is entering the final year of his contract. Yeah. And so like value wise, you can get a lot for a guy who's not a lot, but you can get good value for an expiring salary who obviously had a pretty good season for them, has played his best.
He's good. He's a good player.
There's a weird kind of connotation around RJ Barrett, but the last couple seasons in Toronto, like he's had a very, very productive season.
How about Phylon's chain? Man.
Phylon does have some ice. Do you guys feel like there's any concern to the fact that he's dropping like this?
I mean, this is where he was about projected to go.
I think there's just a lot of guards in this draft, right? Yeah. Like someone's going to get left out.
I think people are overthinking it with him too.
Yeah.
I mean,
because he was so talented as a defender in his first year. And then the second year, it was more about the offensive explosion. I thought there was a chance that he might stay in the draft last year. Decided to come back, decided to like show that he could be a scorer.
And it turned out to be great.
He turned out to be incredible. He can get downhill.
22 points per game.
Relentless.
Do you buy that the jump shot really is
it's improved
fixed?
A lot. Yeah. No, it's improved a lot.
Because it's one bad year, great year.
No, I buy the jumper. I don't think he's a great shooter, though. I think he's turned into a good shooter. his ability to stop and start, change speeds, like get into the
his
paint,
pace is great. Yeah,
and the stuff he does around the basket with his footwork. What's that?
This is something that I had predicted. As much as I would have liked to guard, the Toronto Raptors are selecting Allan Graves with the 19th overall pick.
It's your guy.
It is my guy.
Yeah.
It is my guy.
It's Luke Wynn, the lover of analytics back in the day, sports writer. He's an analytics guy.
He is the analytics darling. Yeah. And look, the Raptors have leaned heavily into analytics over the last couple of years. Colin Murray-Boyle's another famous kind of analytics darling last year. Allan Graves is a very fascinating player to me in the sense that he came off of the bench for Santa Clara. He was, again, analytically like very, very good defensive playmaker. It's what the Raptors have kind of looked for positionally in terms of another 6'9" guy who can
6'9", 7 foot wingspan. Yes, absolutely.
It kind of matches the build of what they want to do.
It's their version of slap.
Yes.
But it's just
Luke should have some kind of acronym. He's a freaking writer. Like was one of the best in the game. Yeah. Come on, man. Come up with your version of slap.
The acronym for Graves is slow, not slap.
Wow. Shots fired.
Shots fired.
You get one Bennett Stirtz. All of a sudden, you're back to talking trash.
I'm high on Bennett Stirtz over here, guys.
After Santa Clara gave you Jalen Williams.
Yeah.
Come on.
Unbelievable. Yeah. I will say, I know I just talked about how I think they should get a guard. And, hey, who knows? Maybe they can still go out and try and get one in this draft. I do like Allan Graves as a player. How does he fit for the Toronto Raptors? That's the question moving forward, because I think the swing for him is his jumper. He showed that he can shoot the ball, but how consistently can he shoot the ball? A lot of above the break threes too. A lot of like standstill shots. His jumper kind of reminds me of like Al Horford.
I feel better about the attempts coming above the break with the adjustment to the NBA 3-point line. But I'm not confident he's a shooter right away. And if he's not a shooter right away, how many of those guys on that roster can you put on the floor together without being able to make an outside shot? That's tough.
This is also, I'm kind of curious what this means for Sandro Mamukelashvili, because Graves kind of fits some of the things that he can bring on the floor, which is a dribble, pass, shoot, big man. Dribbling is an issue for Graves. Mamu is much more of a ball handler, but just generally like a guy who can make plays, good connective passer, can theoretically knock down the 3-point shot, can be a defensive playmaker. I would honestly say that I think he can step into the rotation immediately. But how do you feel knowing that like this is a very polarizing player in the draft, a polarizing player in the draft community because of the analytics darling versus eye test stuff? How do you feel about Allan Graves as a player?
I think he's solid. Like you want to see more.
You're like, I don't know.
He's a 6-man on the Santa Clara team, but like this is a program that has done a tremendous job of preparing guys for the NBA, and their prospects have done really well in the league. They redshirted him. Yeah, a program is, and that's intentional. Like, if he had played as a freshman, he transfers after that year and they don't get the good second year out of him. So like that was really, really smart. I think that, one of the more savvy mid-major coaching staffs in the country with Herb Sednick. So I think like the numbers are astonishing. I mean, just look at his conference only offensive rating was 147.6.
Yeah.
Like that's just stupid. I watched him. I saw him live in the NCAA tournament. I think the shooting is real. Like the pick and pop stuff is real. Yeah. It's just, you do wonder, like a 6th guy in the WCC is pretty wild that he's going this high in the draft, but he is an analytics darling.
I have such an issue with something that just happened on the broadcast.
What happened?
This goes back to a very serious topic for us tonight. On the board, the draft board, with all the names that have been picked so far, next to Nate Ament, obviously it says Miami with a little to Milwaukee logo there. Why isn't he there with a Bucks hat?
Like the NBA isn't running this. ESPN's running this. you can put whatever you
can
want
do
up
whatever
there.
you want. Yeah, that's a good point.
That's infuriating.
That is infuriating.
I don't mean to have distracted from
When
you talking about Allan Graves, but that
someday when the
made me
Athletic
so
takes
mad.
over the draft, we will fix this.
We will absolutely fix this.
We will handle
By
this.
the way, just do not let me anywhere near that. I'm going to ruin it. I've got a lot of thoughts.
Well, if it's Andrew, it's like backwards caps. for
backwards
everybody.
caps and
yeah.
just freaking out about the Thunder. Oh no, they might not go 99% on the draft this year.
Oh, come on. They really should turn the hat around, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not a bad
yeah,
idea.
it's a great idea.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Well, look, the board has shaken out pretty interestingly for the San Antonio Spurs because I honestly thought the Raptors were going to take one of those players in Phylon or Carr. They are now still available, and I'm kind of curious where the Spurs go here. What do you guys think they're going to go for?
Look, I do think they need big man depth. No offense to Bismack Biyombo, Mason Plumlee, who, the hit squad once the game gets out of hand. But look, the Luke Cornett minutes were a disaster, right, in the playoffs. And I think he's fine to get you through the regular season. Not that anyone they would grab right now is going to be able to step into playoff basketball, but you do need
Terrence
that
Reed.
down the road. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. Maybe Terrence Reed, but you need more wings. You can't have enough of the wings. They've got a ton of guards. Cameron Carr, a guy that go out there, knock down shots.
I agree.
This is a team that can shoot the ball really well. They're not consistent enough shooting the ball from the outside. I think we saw that during certain parts of the playoffs, and Carr would be a really good pick here.
Our buddy Dave Dufour also said John Conchar is also an analytics darling. So don't rely.
Great point.
Don't rely on the
point.
analytics. Eye test, folks. I like Cam Carr.
I mean, 20 years ago, he not even on the radar. So it's pretty crazy.
It's true.
Yeah.
It is very true.
And there's a story on the Athletic about that today.
That's right.
Yes, there is.
Talking
Yeah.
Matthew.
So, Cam Carr for the Spurs. How do you feel? What's your pick?
Oh, did they?
No. It's not official yet.
I'm with him. Just watching them in the playoffs, like they could use inside depth.
The pick is in.
Terrence
pick is
Reed
in.
is a guy that I maybe what's the pick?
The San Antonio Spurs select Jaden Acquaintance at
That
20th.
I love that.
That's
pick.
insane, but I love it.
They need big man depth, and if he's healthy, that guy just being nasty on defense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Second
next to
unit,
Wemby.
it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
If he can be healthy is the big question there.
Here's the thing with him. They rushed him back from a knee injury at Kentucky, and I think it was the family decision. You would think with all the time he's had to rest now and not being forced back in, you would think it's ready. He's only 19. He just turned 19. He's very young, defensively has real tools.
Yeah.
I like that pick too. Like
he has the chance to be the best defender in this class, and by a margin if he's healthy.
Sam's written that he thinks he could be a top 10 guy in this class.
That's the potential. Like if he was fully healthy, he probably is a lotto pick. It's just the fact that nobody knows the medicals, and of course, NBA teams know the medical information much more than you and I do.
Right.
But it comes down to the Spurs absolutely got cooked when Luke Cornett was on the floor.
Yeah.
And they need another answer there. If Acquaintance can be healthy, he is that answer.
Yeah, I like this for them.
I like it a lot. I think it makes sense. I know we just talked about like Carr and the need for shooting, but like a big man like this is nice.
And
the damn Spurs figure it out every single time.
And they have so many guys that like they can swing and miss.
Yeah.
And they're still going to be awesome. So you might as well swing and miss on a guy that could potentially, conceivably really help you. So yeah, I like it.
By the way, the measurements for Jaden Acquaintance is also like almost as absurd as the Adai Mara ones.
Yeah.
He's 6'9", but his wingspan is 7'6".
Yeah.
Like, what do you even do with that?
You shoot higher. You have to shoot higher against him. Yeah. I mean, I think the amount of time he has been, and look, they don't need to play him right away either, right? Like this isn't someone who day one has to come in there.
Roll this.
They can absolutely slow roll, make sure his leg's strong, make sure he's not overcompensating. This is just like, this is probably a pick for a year or two away, but that's the luxury they have with the depth on this roster and how quickly they were able to just jump ahead.
And like I said, he might be the youngest guy in this draft.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. I think Acquaintance is a really, really tantalizing prospect for the Spurs. And, kind of given where they're at contention-wise, trying to build, trying to win a championship, I think he can really complete kind of that second unit in a major way.
Here's the funny college basketball part of this. I'm sure he made more last year playing like 4 games than he will make playing for the Spurs next year.
Again, good agent.
So wait, so actually let's do the math here. Like 20th pick might get like $3 million,
something like that.
Yeah.
What do you think he got in college last year?
I'm not sure, but the talk was they were a $22 million roster, and he had to be one of the high. He was maybe one of the highest.
That's crazy. He's actually taking a pay
they might
cut.
It's possible they got a deal on him because they knew he was going to be available late and not be available for the whole year. So maybe, but he also made quite a bit as a freshman at Arizona State.
There's no reporting and there's no true accusation.
That's what stinks about it. You don't know what people actually have.
With what I'm about to say. I wonder how many $22 million rosters Kentucky's had over the years.
What was
fair point.
Exactly.
To not even play. Maybe he's Sean Kemp. Didn't get to play.
Exactly.
Didn't get to play for Kentucky.
Exactly.
And really, Jaden didn't get to play for Kentucky.
Yeah.
So look, I'm trying to figure out who has the 21st pick in this draft. It's Memphis,
yes.
right?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Who do the Memphis Grizzlies take now? Because they moved down a
bunch.
bunch.
Let's review. Who has Memphis actually gotten in this draft?
They've gotten Cam Boozer. That's who they have.
Yeah, because they haven't picked again.
Phylon's still on the board, right?
Phylon's still on the board.
I mean, at this point, I feel like they do have some point guard depth. Obviously with Pippen, with Ty Jerome, kind of a combo guard. John Morant, their all-star guy.
Yeah.
But if you are moving on from John Morant, I would want as much competition at the point guard position, and I think Phylon fits into that so well.
Cam Carr also is an interesting pick here. Just like another wing, another shooter, wild athlete.
I would go get Phylon.
Phylon? You're a big Phylon guy, it seems.
Yeah. I mean, he early on in the year, I thought he was the best guard in college basketball.
Yeah.
And just a guy that came in as a freshman next to Mark Sears, and like they were thinking about redshirting him, and it was like, oh shoot, he's a starter. And he's shown that he can play off a star and be productive. And then he was elevated to that star role, and he was terrific in that. I think the NBA is so much about being able to touch paint and create for other people.
And he's awesome at that.
He's as awesome at that as there is.
Yeah.
The Alabama system, I think, kind of preps those guys for like what the NBA spacing is going to look like. I do think he's a better defender than he showed this past year. A guy that has confidence in himself, and a guy that has proven to be a worker, because look how much strides offensively he made from his freshman to his sophomore year. Yeah. So the thing where I disagree with Sam, Sam's written like there's not a lot of bursts there. I was like, when I watch him, I see quite a bit of burst and the ability to change speeds and stuff. Like I think he's really good. I think he might be on a level of some of these freshman guards that we're talking about. And he's only a year older than that.
It is a little weird for me that he's dropping, though. I will say, like, I feel like
he's not necessarily dropping because he's like he's in the range.
That is true. But I just,
his numbers
Grizzlies
suggest he should be higher.
Exactly.
Based on his productivity in the SEC for a good team.
And look, if the Grizzlies do end up picking him, which let's see, the Grizzlies are taking Kareem Lopez with the 21st. You're like, all right. I'm also
my synergy doesn't go there.
I would not have a first round grade on Kareem Lopez, if I'm being honest.
I don't mind it from a development standpoint.
Sure.
I do think like there's obviously potential there. Sam wrote about like he's got a good basketball IQ.
Absolutely.
Fits into Memphis's brand of like we are bringing in these type of guys.
Big ball handler.
You can put him next to Cam Boozer at a certain point and have some good forward to forward action there. Like but he's a project to me, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think he can shoot. I don't know if his best skill is rebounding. And you're like a 6'8" forward, sure, you need that.
Yeah.
I don't know this Memphis team needs a ton of rebounding. So to me, this is we are bringing him in. We have so much depth with all these other young role players at various positions. We're going to see where he is a couple years from now.
Yeah, it's a project. And, to the point of like, he has played professional basketball, the New Zealand Breakers. He kind of knows that aspect of the
all
game.
of these guys have played professional basketball.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
He might have been the one that made the least about it.
For sure. And what's so interesting is this is the first international guy off the board.
Yeah.
And he will probably be the only one in the first round. Maybe there's one more.
Maybe Sergio.
But here in these next few years, and I'm kicking around the idea of doing a story on this, like this will be the least in years that we've had. And it's because they're all coming to college basketball.
They all go in. Yeah.
They're all coming to play college basketball because you can make the money. Yeah. He's not the first international guy, but he's the first guy that has non-college basketball player that has been drafted. And we're seeing a real, switch to these guys coming over. And it'll be, I'm interested to talk to scouts about, like, do you prefer that? Because you get to see them probably more often.
Right.
You get to see them against guys that are getting drafted.
Aren't they changing that rule though? Right?
There's a possibility that it's going to be harder for, I think it's going to be harder
international players
for EuroLeague guys.
Oh, okay.
I think is what it's going to.
So if you've played in a professional league before,
I mean, they're all professional leagues.
Yeah.
But it's probably going to matter how much money you made and stuff. Who knows? But like, can they actually get that stuff across? But here's what's going to change is right now what college basketball is dealing with is they're getting these older guys who have been pros coming over, and they're coming and starting at like 22 years old.
Right.
Well, pretty soon it's going to, that problem's going to get taken care of because all of these guys are going to come over at like 18, 19 years old because they all like making money. All of their agents like making money. It's going to be the path for them. It's going to hurt the international leagues in terms of, not necessarily in terms of their level of play, because it's not, most of their good players are older players.
Yeah.
But their systems of putting resources towards their grassroots, they're basically grassroots programs, their developmental stuff, and they're investing in these young men, and then they're coming over once they would be able to be used for those pro franchises. They're coming over to play college basketball. So how about the style? We can go with the style here.
He's got a great
also jacket.
I saw a stat there. Second Mexican-born NBA player, Eduardo Nájera. One of my favorites.
Played for Kelvin Sampson.
Yes,
he did play for Kelvin Sampson.
One of the toughest.
Also, of course, he played for Kelvin Sampson. That is about as Kelvin Sampson as it gets. Yeah.
One of those guys too that like came in the NBA and you just think of him as like this like grinder, tough guy, but like when he was in college, he had some skill to him. There was like some George Niang to Nájera back in the day.
I loved him in NBA Live. Like he was sick in NBA Live.
I think my concern with Kareem Lopez is not that the Australian League it doesn't have some talent. That's not the best area to develop, right?
Yeah.
So they, on the broadcast, they showed highlights of like his handle looks super sloppy to me.
Yeah.
Right. He's getting by guys. I worry that it's a project. Like how much do you have to iron out of his game and break it down before you build it back up? They've got time to do it. They're obviously in a rebuild, but there just might be a lot of bad habits there that you've got to break.
We have a little bit of time here while the Philadelphia 76ers are on the clock. And by the way, just a quick prediction here. I think it'll be Koa Pete for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah.
That's just like a guess. What's been your favorite pick so far? Like, what's the pick that's been like, that is perfect in every sense of the word? Mine would be Hans Steinbach for the Hornets. Zach, how do you feel?
You know what? I'm going wild card here. I'm going to go Nate Ament for the Bucks at 13.
Okay.
Just because of the risk of it, the gamble. That's that swing there of you've already got a very solid player in Braden Burries, as we mentioned, right? Safe pick.
Yeah.
The potential of if you nail that pick, I think I like that risk, especially with a second first round pick there. I think that was a great gamble by them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
CJ?
One play to the crowd.
Adai Mara. Talk to him.
Top 10.
He's still not convinced.
A top 10 pick.
Convince me.
A top 10 prospect at number 12. I'll go with Mara. I mean, you have to figure out how to beat the Spurs. right? Like that's the goal. That's the season, basically.
That is the goal.
It's like I'm a Chiefs fan. All we care about is the playoffs.
That's right.
So we
Go
don't make
Chiefs.
it. But
Talk to me. I'm a Chiefs fan as
there
well.
we go.
Let's go.
We'll have to talk about that later on. I'm not interested in this.
I'm such a bandwagon Chiefs fan, though, I will say. I've learned about football in the last 3 years.
That's all right.
Cool.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Come on.
Yeah.
Get you to Kansas City.
That's
We'll
right.
get
That's
you.
right. All right, get
Come
some
by.
barbecue. Go ahead.
No, I'll go Mara. I like the Mara pick.
Yeah, I think the Mara pick will look better as time progresses, Andrew.
Thanks, guys.
Hold on. It's a little concerning that they're worried about him playing 25 minutes a game.
That's also a concern of mine.
Yeah.
But at the 12th pick in the NBA draft, when you're the Oklahoma City Thunder, do you need that guy to play 25 minutes a game?
It's a fair point.
I'm going to make a prediction that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I think it means Hartenstein is gone. And I think you'll never see him again.
Like see him again on this planet?
I think he's gone.
Somebody's gonna kill him.
What did you do?
No,
I didn't do it.
What did you
I've been
do?
here
Is
the
this
whole
The
night.
Sopranos?
I've been here the whole night. I've been on camera.
to Hartenstein? Oh, that's funny. That's very, very funny. All right, let's talk about the Philadelphia 76ers, who
Let's
first
talk about Isaiah.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
looks sad.
look. I think a lot of these guys are probably wondering if they should have been picked higher, especially LeBron and Phylon.
I like
Phylon.
Phylon's
Yeah.
glasses. Those
Yeah.
are good.
Phylon's glasses look
Great
good. A little Harry
glasses.
Potter-ish.
Yeah.
A little Harry
Great
Potter.
chain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very good chain. The outfits tonight have been good. Who do you guys think the Philadelphia 76ers will pick? I've already said Kobe is the guy I think.
I think that's, in terms of upside and just look, you're probably losing Quentin Grimes. Not that he's a replacement for Quentin Grimes, but you're losing something on the perimeter there, whether he's a 3 or a 4, probably more of a 4 in the NBA.
Yeah.
But they do need some physicality. They do need some toughness. I think this is you would like to replace Jared McCain, right? From the trade deadline disaster that happened for them. Congratulations to you. But I don't know that player's there.
Wow.
Maybe Carr, but I think Cole Pete's got to be the upside guy here.
Well, the Philadelphia 76ers have selected LeBron Phylon.
Okay. Also, they need a guard.
Do they?
Well, no, I don't know. You do need a backup guard, right? Maxey, as great as Maxey is,
You need another guy.
You need to spell some
And
of his
the
minutes.
Spurs have just showed you that you can throw a bunch of guys that you would think are primary guys on the floor together
Mhm.
and guys that can touch paint, and it makes sense.
Mhm.
So I think he'll be an excellent second unit guy, and I like this for them.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious if they can throw out lineups with Maxey, LeBron, and
He could be
Edgecombe.
the Maxey of this draft.
He
Oh.
could be. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
He has that potential.
Yeah.
Like having 2 Maxies could be interesting.
That's,
might deal
that's
with
not something I'd hate.
Yeah, it's just the defensive side of the ball. But as we've talked about,
I think he's
LeBron
better, yeah.
will be a good defender. I think.
I also think look, so much of this is if you're going to use a baseball analogy, you got to eat up innings.
Yeah.
Right. Especially this Sixers team eating up in being able to throw him out there, give Maxey more of a rest. You can play them together in the regular season plenty of times. Once it gets to the playoffs, I don't know. I don't know if you can do that.
Yeah.
It might be matchup specific, but this is I think this is a great get through the season, get everyone healthy. He turns into a more dynamic player by playing out there with these guys and playing in these weird lineups. And from there, you can develop and see down the road. All right. Is he someone that we can trust on the court for 14 minutes a game next to Maxey, right? And then spell the second unit from there.
It's the 7 seconds or less offense, and then Embiid enters the picture.
Exactly right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have those guards
Once he
speed
trudges
up.
up the court,
They
and
have
says,
those
all right,
guards. See if
big
we
man
get
get in the
Can we
paint.
get a quick
let's-
score?
yes.
Then we go in beat time.
Phylon matches what they like from their guards.
Yeah.
And I know there's new GM, new front office coming in there now
Mhm.
with Darryn Peterson out. This might be also prioritizing or maybe showing what they prioritize in the draft. Because, I think positionally, most people would have thought they would go with a big. They did not. They're picking a guard.
And at 22, go get the best player.
True.
Yeah.
That's a good point too.
Go get the best player, especially if he's by far the highest guy on your board, then go
Then
get
just
him.
get the guy.
Yeah.
I like Phylon for them. I think it's a good pick.
Yeah. For him going at 22, I think is a perfect value for him.
For me, wanting to look smart and being a Phylon guy, I wouldn't mind seeing him go somewhere where he can really, really have a ton of opportunity. And
Sure.
it's
That's true.
But no, I think it's just, I think at this point in the draft, like, and you're a pretty good team, you just go and get the best guy.
And I think
and Maxey has to do so much for
he's got to do a lot.
Like there's a guy that he doesn't have to play as much now, and maybe he can go off ball a little bit when Phylon comes in or something like that. I mean, I doubt that's going to happen, but still, I think it's just it probably is going to give you a better Maxey in the playoffs because he's, like you said, eat up in
the minutes, man. The minutes Maxey plays. I mean, especially with Nick Nurse, like he's like 40 minutes a night, basically.
That's a lot. And that's going to add up, right? Like that. Like he's a workhorse now, but he's also dealt with some injury issues in his career.
Yeah,
you do have to worry about that. I'm not saying they're the same type of player. It reminds me a little bit of what teams were able to do early on with Tyus Jones going later in the draft, later in the first round, right? And just like, here's a guy, he's a great backup point guard. When the guy's out, he can fill into the starting lineup just fine. You can play pretty much the same way. Safe player, smart player. Like I think for Phylon's a different type of player than Tyus Jones is, but I think it's that kind of mentality in terms of building out a rotation.
Let's not overthink it at 20.
Yeah, exactly.
Go get the best guy.
Yeah.
So look, the Atlanta Hawks with their first pick, they took Kingston Flemings. With their 23rd pick, they are taking a big man, Zubie Ejiofor.
Really interesting.
Interesting, good. Interesting.
I mean,
bad.
they do need a guy interesting, good, but I think there are a couple big men on the board that I would rather invest in. But for
I would have liked Vasar for them.
I'm not a Vasar guy.
Just like a stretch big,
pick
and pop.
Why don't you like Vasar?
Mostly, I don't think he can play in the NBA. It's mostly
we are reaching that point of the draft.
Like
by the way.
I don't know. Like I'm not buying that the jump shot is going to translate. Like the outside jump shot is going to translate to the NBA. It's not a lot of attempts that we're going off of. He's a guy who. It looks good for sure, but is he someone that you are going to worry about leaving? I don't think that's ever going to be him. I don't think he's more than a backup, and even then, I don't know that he's even like your first backup off the bench, right? Defensively at the NBA level, I think he's going to need a lot of help.
But Zubie Ejiofor,
Zubie Ejiofor, like this is a guy where like a little undersized. I would have liked a bigger big man for Atlanta because you do need Okongwu to kind of go back into more of his natural 4 position.
Yeah.
But I think Zubie can play right away, and they kind of need that for the depth.
And he's a 4.
Yeah.
Like he is a 4.
6'9", I think. Right?
6'8".
Yeah, 6'8". Yeah.
Yeah, he's
he'll play. I think he'll play some small ball 5 throughout the season, but once you get to the postseason, like he's a 4 for sure. Yeah.
He's also a relentless rebounder. Like he very
plays
tenacious
hard, plays
rebounder,
very hard. Has been coached by Rick Pitino and Bill. Like he has come from systems where you better freaking play hard.
Yeah.
Really, really improved a lot through college. Like
who I would have loved this pick for? The Knicks.
Yeah.
I think he would have made a lot more sense.
And
for
it's
them.
St. John's because
St. John's, exactly. Yeah.
No, really mature dude. Like his like bet on himself, going to St. John's, leaving Kansas when they got Hunter Dickinson. And he just improved so much. Really benefited from Pitino, like the ultimate developer guy. Got a lot better from when he entered college to when he left. So very like safe pick of like, okay, he's a professional.
Yeah,
he's been a professional the last couple of years. He knows how to conduct himself.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of shooting there, rebounding. Like he will fit a role. Whatever kind of, where do you want to plug him in? Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, I think I probably for the Hawks would have rather for a guy who can play now, Reed. Like I think Tars Reed like would have been a much better
He's
fit.
A monster, man.
Yeah, he's a monster. He's a monster around the rim. He's a good rebounder. Maybe he's not fully the defender you want at the NBA level, but I think for a guy that could play now, he probably would have been the best available for a big man.
Just kind of looking at the Hawks depth chart, you got CJ McCollum, you got Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson, Onyeka Okongwu. Off the bench, you have Kingston Flemings, their 8th overall pick. You have Corey Kispert, Aaron Wiggins, who they traded for.
Yeah, great pickup.
Aaron Wiggins, shout out to Oklahoma City. And then you have Jonathan Kuminga, Jock Landale, Zubie Ejiofor. Like that's kind of their group here. This is a fun team.
It's a fun team. Is it a playoff team?
I don't know.
Not can they make the playoffs? Can they be this team in the playoffs? Right? Because we saw after Trae Young, we saw a great brand of basketball that is exactly what Quinn Snyder wants to play.
Well, the East got better too.
East got better, and so we saw they had one move in the postseason. Once the Knicks figured out that move,
they took it.
It was very over. I worry about like what else they can do when you get to a postseason, but also some of that may be like, hey, Jalen Johnson, you should actually show up.
You kind of have
in these
to be
playoff
better
games,
than what you
right?
were.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and it shows me their 2 picks. They've got a type.
Yeah,
it's a mature. They care a lot about character, hard playing dudes, and I mean their locker room got better with these 2 picks.
Yeah,
like they're not that there was a problem.
But you add character to these guys.
For sure. Yeah,
I mean, you were talking about it earlier. Like adding character seems to be the play for NBA teams. The New York Knicks, by the way, NBA champions, they're on the board. I think they could use a big man. They're not on the board. They're
trading down.
Trading down
at least one spot.
All right, New York is trading number 24 to the Los Angeles Lakers, according to Shams Charania, for number 25. So the Lakers move up. And
Lakers got a guy they want.
This changes everything.
This does.
League
the new Jackson Hayes. Step on down. Gotta go big man here, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would imagine that's Tyrese Reed.
I think Tyrese Reed makes a lot of sense for the Lakers. I'm gonna put out the Vesar suggestion again for you.
Look. If you're saying we're gonna play him over Jackson Hayes, I can be talked into that, but that's a very low bar to clear. Yeah, I don't know.
Arizona did get better when he left, but
that was the thing. It's like at Arizona, I was like, this dude stinks, and then at North Carolina, I was like, well, he's better, but I still don't want him in the NBA. Yeah.
I will just say I think the Lakers will probably address their big man needs in free agency. I don't know
that that's
the right call.
I don't know that that's actually possible. A lot of talk of like, ooh, they can offer this money
or whatever.
Maybe it's Mitchell Robinson, but also like they're gonna have a lot of money tied up in Austin Reeves. If they bring back LeBron, he's not coming back on a mid-level, right? He's going to cost.
Yep.
You're not pulling Kessler or Darryn away in restricted free agency with what they can offer. Like it's just, and even if they agreed to it, that's getting matched so quickly.
Yeah.
So
Reed makes sense as like a guy that like your windows now. Right?
Your windows now. Like, he can play right away. Yeah.
I like Tyrese Reed for them. I honestly would have liked Tyrese Reed for the Hawks. He seems like a guy that would kind of play really well next to Luka Doncic. Like the pick and roll stuff makes sense. You can kind of put the ball in his hands as well.
He's like, I know they don't throw it in the low post much in the NBA, but
he can score on the post a little bit.
If they don't go big man, is it like
Cam Carr,
Joshua Jefferson,
like Isaiah Evans, maybe just like a shooter to add to that group? Because I think one of those things that we saw with the Lakers this year is, Rui Hachimura was really important for them because he could feasibly knock down, catch and shoot threes.
Right.
Maybe it is a Joshua Jefferson. Joshua Jefferson isn't
type, kind of.
Yeah, but the shot is the big question with Jefferson.
But he can play, right?
Yeah.
He's smart player.
So what are we thinking?
I think you gotta go big man. I think you gotta go Reed. I think he's the guy.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Reed as well. Yeah, we'll see what happens. The Lakers moving up. I'm curious.
You always want shooting around LeBron, right? So Isaiah Evans is still out there.
Yeah.
I would like to see Cam Carr.
Or Cam Carr.
Can I just say Cam Carr is dropping here?
He is. He's dropping. Cole Pete
is dropping
I don't know that that's the right. But also, I don't know about this. Well, look, the Lakers make some questionable decisions sometimes with the roster.
Sure.
They're not all Luka Doncic trades. I don't know.
Nothing gets gift wrapped to you. Yeah, Spike Lee showing off the Larry O'Brien trophy. The Knicks are NBA champions, man. Can't believe it. Could you guys?
How old is Spike Lee?
I'll say
67.
He's been like the same age for 20 years.
Let's guess.
I'm saying 67.
67. So it's been since the 90s. He's been around, gone to these games. I'll say 69.
69, my brother.
69 is correct. You have won Preteen for Life. Brought to you by the Athletic NBA.
That was the worst moment of this draft. I want you to know.
Got so excited.
And somehow the best moment of your life, too. Okay.
That was the most adorable.
Again, low bar. We're talking here.
All right.
I wish you would have got that excited for the Mara pick.
Oh my God, yeah.
No chance.
I mean, I think Carr's the best player here, right? Like,
It is crazy to me that he is dropping.
yeah,
because he had a really good what's it called? Just draft process.
Yeah.
According to
he actually played in the combine game,
and he
Imagine that.
dominated in the combine game.
yeah.
I think that's why his stock kind of went up is because he played and he did so well in that. He was a guy that started at Tennessee, and I remember being around that program when he was maybe a freshman. Is like, this is the next guy. Like, this guy's coming along. He could never get on the floor for them defensively. Like, I think there's, they didn't win this year at Baylor, even though they did have two really talented wings, but their big man situation was a mess.
So the Lakers do take Cameron Carr.
Yep.
I love this for them, actually.
I mean, it's the best value, right?
Yeah,
by
best
far.
value.
Yeah.
Like, he can run and leak out in transition.
He's a slap guy.
He's a slap guy for sure. Yeah.
He's also one of those guys that I think, Luka Doncic is so elite at those leak out passes in transition.
Yeah.
Cam Carr is going to be able to dominate in transition in moments like a high flyer.
And this is second unit.
Absolutely.
Part of the draft. And
Yeah.
like, microwave man here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, when he gets hot, wow, he can go.
Yeah, he can. And look, the catch and shoot jumper is there.
He's one of the best like microwave scorers in this draft.
And I think also, look, they're going to stagger a lot of minutes with Reeves and Luka, right? And kind of spread out some of that wealth.
Having an extra guy.
Having him next to Austin Reeves as Reeves kind of leads that. Yeah, obviously Reeves was a starter, but as he leads some of that second unit stuff, having Carr come off the bench and join that, him in the corner, him being able to cut off the corner and go to the basket for a lob. Like, there's just so much you can do with him offensively.
Now, look, his length is going to help him be an interesting defender, especially in passing lanes off of the ball.
He got to grow there.
But he's got to grow and like physically grow.
Yeah, he got to get stronger.
He's a skinny guy.
And there's got to be more defensively. I think he's very into scoring. I don't think he's been very into defense yet, so he better get.
He kind of reminds me of, maybe this is a weird take. Let me know. Gerald Green.
Interesting. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah,
like high flyer.
Yeah,
can shoot the ball.
Right.
Very offense oriented. Not much of like
Probably
a
not
self creator.
tall.
What was Gerald Green? That's a good point, actually.
6'7", 6'6".
Was Gerald Green that tall?
I think so.
He has some height to him.
Yeah.
Okay, well, all right, never mind that.
No, I like it.
What
It's
about a
good.
Jeremy Lamb type?
Jeremy Lamb.
Yeah.
I don't hate. He also feels tall.
Yeah, I think he was about 6'7" as well. Yeah.
So maybe that's the issue with Cam Carr, the fact that he's like 6'4", 6'5" instead of 6'7".
He's got 7'1" reach, you know, like he'll make up for some of that. But yeah, like he'll need to get stronger. By the way, the broadcast is showing Chris Carr and 1997 slam dunk highlights.
Nice.
I know everyone loved Kobe's performance. Chris Carr
got robbed.
Robbed.
Wow.
Yes.
Wait, break it down for me.
Man, he had an incredible display of athleticism. You look back at it now and it's like, these dunks are kind of basic. But for the time, he was doing some incredible stuff at the rim. Kobe, he won because one, he was the bigger star, and two, he went between his legs. Maybe the weakest between the legs winning dunk we've ever had in the dunk contest.
Right.
Yeah.
So Scott Drew asked me for my prediction this morning. I said 22 to the Sixers. Yeah. So that's 3 picks off.
Not bad. Look,
not bad.
Yeah.
Not
And
bad.
then Sam had him.
Probably like 18.
Where did he have him?
I'm curious.
What's frustrating? Like,
Let's see.
Sam, really, it's just
Sam's
a crapshoot at this
losing it.
point. Yeah, Sam
Sam's
is
washed.
losing it. Let's see.
Yeah,
Oh, he had him
Sam-
15.
15.
Who's
Come
the
on.
draft expert
Exactly.
now?
Hey, Sam, we saw the story already. It's called
That's
the Spurs
right,
in the
Sam.
finals. He got hot early and then just
Yeah.
fell apart. Yeah.
Come on, Sam.
Yeah.
All right, look, we are rounding out the first round of this NBA draft. And by the way, we appreciate everybody who's tapped in here
Absolutely.
throughout this thing. It's been a lot of fun. We have 5 more picks left. Who's that guy? Because it feels like there's still a lot of names out there.
I know I'm higher on
Yeah.
Kopete than a lot of people are. Just I think
We can go at that.
yeah, but he is at this point.
Yeah.
I think you roll the dice. Like, you add him to a good team. I don't know. I would do it with the Knicks here at 25 if they stay at 25.
Yeah.
But Boston getting him into the system of like, here's a guy with some size, some strength.
How about Henry Vasar? No, I'm just going to suggest Henry Vasar every single pick down there.
Yeah. What if could you get a worse version of Nikola Vucevic and just have him on a rookie deal? Yeah, you could do that. Yeah. But maybe that's a spot for him. Maybe it's Brooklyn who traded up to 28th in that Julius Randle salary dump by Minnesota, and maybe that's someone that at that point, if he's available, like the upside there is incredible for a team that's going to need bodies on the floor. But yeah, to me, Cole Pete's got the highest potential here. I'm not shocked he fell.
Are you saying Cole Pete for the Knicks?
No, I don't think it makes sense for the Knicks, but I think for one of these teams, maybe.
I don't know. He might actually be a little Knicksy.
Yeah, he might. Yeah, he might be. He might be.
They could use like just size,
right?
And I think especially with the Mitchell Robinson question, I don't think he's a 5. He's more of a 4.
I mean, honestly, he's like a small ball 5. I mean, he's
okay.
He doesn't really have. I mean, he's a decent connector as a 4. The shooting is awful.
Yeah.
Defensively, pretty good. He is strong as hell.
Mm-hmm.
I liked Mo Krivas as an NBA prospect better than Cole Pete.
Yeah.
Obviously, Krivas is not in this draft.
Right.
Yeah. I thought he should have gone back to school. Could have made gobs of money at Arizona. Like
surprising that he didn't
take another year to fix that jump shot. Chris Sinek, also a guy that probably could have benefited from another year.
I like him a lot. That's
an interesting fit for New York.
Like New York, like he's not going to play. Like you can't play him right away, right?
Malik Thomas is another guy that could have made a lot of money going back to school, and he's still.
He's one of the most chaotic players I've ever seen.
That is what I am
did you watch him in
for.
high school? He did not see a shot. He did not like.
That is, I love a Von Wafer, Andrew Goodlock type of just let it fly, just absolutely let it fly. Yeah.
He not seen a shot he doesn't like. If it wasn't for him being teammates with Darius Acuff, his usage percentage would have been like 36% this year.
Just for the folks in the stream, the Knicks received cash considerations from the Lakers for 2020 for pick number 24. So nothing, cannon fodder, if you will, millions of dollars, but whatever.
They didn't make enough winning the title. They needed a few more millions. Yeah.
By the way, speaking to that, pay Karl Anthony Towns. Let's be real. Go into the second apron, New York Knicks.
You can go into the second apron for a year.
Maybe that's why they need.
You can't do it for multiple years.
Then at that point, you can address it. But
that means someone's got to go.
Sure, Mikal Bridges.
Oh.
Odd man
breaking
out.
Up the Nova
trio, especially with them taking Cole Pete, maybe like
so
now
would you rather trade Karl?
That's not gonna work, man.
It's not gonna work.
Can't mess up with.
Do you guys want to predict the final 5 picks here? You guys want to go back and forth and predict this thing?
Okay.
Right,
so the Knicks at 25. Who are we taking?
I bet it's Visar. I bet it is, and it's going. Oh, that's gonna upset me. No offense, I'm sure you're a nice.
He's
young
a nice guy.
Sure.
Shout out to you, Henry. Okay, all right. Vasar at 25.
I think Henry Vasar is a better prospect than Cole Pete.
Ooh.
I could see Cole Pete being good at the NBA level. I can't see it the other way.
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair.
All right. Well, look, the Knicks are not taking a big man.
Okay.
And they are not going to college. They are going to Europe. Sergio De La Rea.
I like that.
He's going to the New York Knicks.
I like
another ball handler, right?
Another ball handler, a guy who he's like 6'5", 6'6".
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that he's a point guard. Like I think a lot of people are like, oh, he could be a tall point guard in the NBA level. I don't think he's a point guard. I think he's more of a combo.
Yeah.
A guy off ball who can attack a closeout, who can be, you swing it off a pick and roll, and now he's attacking on that secondary action. But he's a guy that connects really well. I think he's going to be someone who can move the ball within the offense, get the ball up the floor. Defensively, who knows? Like you never know with a guy like that. But just in terms of an intelligent player to bring off the bench, I love that.
The Knicks fans,
you guys have never seen this guy play.
They have not seen
but
a
at this
single
point,
second
got a
of
single thing this team does, right?
You're like, trust in Leon.
Yeah, exactly.
I will say,
Knicks at 5.
Look, we saw how important Jose Alvarado's ball handling was in that finals run. And I think just generally, it feels like it's a theme for this NBA draft. You need more ball handling.
Absolutely.
And the Knicks especially needed that in the finals. You get a guy in Sergio De La Rea who clearly can shoot the ball, clearly can handle the ball, can probably play off of the ball as well next to Brunson, and you can put them in lineups together. It's an interesting pick. It's an interesting swing, especially for a team that is the NBA champs.
And I think that shows you like just of the big man options, because Mitchell Robinson is most likely
not a glowing endorsement of my guy Henry Bass.
But if you're gonna bring someone who can play right away, like you're gonna do, like, that's just tough. Like Mitchell Robinson is probably leaving, right?
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine he's going to take a discount to stay. This is a chance to get paid. You need someone who can fill in. That's maybe addressed with a much lower prospect in free agency on the cheap, instead of, you know, hoping that one of these guys can be good right away.
The Knicks also, I believe, have the 31st pick in this draft.
That sounds right. Yeah, they do.
And so they have an opportunity to take a big there.
Yeah.
You know, for a cheaper price.
There's going to be guys there.
And there will be guys there. Maybe Vasar. Maybe holding out hope for my guy.
Maybe Terrace Reed.
Maybe Terrace Reed. You're right. All right. So the Denver Nuggets are now on the board. Very fascinating pick for them.
This could be Cole Pete.
This could, yeah. I mean,
Cole
this
Pete,
is.
You guys really think Cole Pete matches what the Nuggets want?
I think he's someone that you want around, like, super intelligent players, right? Like playmakers, like obviously Jokic is the most ridiculous, but he's a winner.
That's the selling point.
Yeah,
for him.
he's a winner.
He
right?
is a winner,
and I do think if you're going to bring him off the bench for a contender or pseudo contender, having him a physical specimen like that against secondary bench players, that's where he's going to have a chance to build that confidence early. You give him time to work on the shot and completely rework that, because it's nasty, right?
But he can't pass. He can
do a lot of other things. Yeah.
I think it's interesting. I feel like I would rather them go for another shooter. You know, Isaiah Evans is a guy that I would consider for them. Aaron Gordon being injured was so pivotal for them last season.
Right.
Well,
Joshua Jefferson.
There's some. Yeah, I
feels
like
I
mean, Jefferson's probably a smarter version
of
of what we're talking about with Cole Pete in terms of like, he'll play right away.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see.
Yeah,
the
like
Nuggets
Joshua
are on the
Jefferson.
board.
But also the concern too is, like, Aaron Gordon has been hurt the last two postseasons, right?
Yeah.
Like this hamstring issue might be something you have to prepare for
consistently
year after year after year. Normally we talk about like a faulty knee with something like that or an ankle issue, but his hamstring 2 postseasons in a row has not held up. And so that's something like you maybe need to plan around that depth.
And then Joshua Jefferson is the best insurance for that.
Yeah,
I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like he fits he is a unit of a person. Like he's like 250 pounds, 6'8". Like I think that matches what they want from Aaron Gordon as a player. Obviously, you get the 3-point shooting from Aaron Gordon. I think Joshua Jefferson. You said
it's coming along.
You believe the jump shot. Okay, that's a selling point for me when it comes to the Nuggets. Very curious to see where they go here. Also, just wanted to ask you, like, where are you at with the Nuggets? Because,
man,
you know, the Spurs and the Thunder have kind of taken over the Western Conference.
I bought into the Nuggets all year long, and then look, the Wolves just might be their kryptonite, right?
Yeah,
like that might just be a bad matchup if they can avoid Minnesota, which. Obviously, that's a cliche. You want to avoid Minnesota in the playoffs year after year after year. It's what they've been for 30 years. But I don't know. Like, I would it have fared better against San Antonio? It doesn't seem like it.
Yeah.
This Jamal Murray contract is not good.
It's tough.
Like, that's going to be a big issue where they maybe need to move on from that sooner rather than later. Surprise teams by saying, like, hey, this guy's available. Why don't you come get a guy who was an all-star finally and everything. Like, that might be the move for them to just give themselves a little breathing room in building out that roster. But if you're going to do that, you have to have another guard who can come in and be valuable in a similar way next to Jokic. I don't know that trade exists right now.
I should have traded up for LeBron Phylon.
Well, I was going to say there's a guy available here in Malik Thomas. Do you guys feel like that would make sense?
I think that
you could put Malik Thomas on any team. I'm a fan, but that is my type of. I love a gunner with just irrational confidence. A guy who's saying like, "Man, Acuff should have swung the ball there." Like that kind of confidence. Yeah. I don't know that that's the right move.
I think he might get murdered there.
I don't know that him plus the Jokic brothers is a good idea.
I think Jokic's brother would come out of the stands and like choke him.
Pass the ball, Malik.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it would be a lot of fun. I mean, to your point about Murray, you know, like getting another ball handler in there would make sense for them. And I would assume he is the best ball handler remaining in this draft.
He's got to be up there, yeah.
Who's that?
Malik Thomas.
I mean, ball handling is not what I look at.
Yeah, I know. Shot making is what you
that
look at.
ball handles right into the cradle there, and just
It kind of reminds me of like you guys talk about Malik Thomas. It's like Cam Thomas is also one of those
Yeah.
guys.
Yes.
Lights out guy.
He
The
should,
pick is in for the Nuggets, who also are milking this situation here. Yeah, I don't know. I like Malik Thomas.
I like this guy. Who's he?
yeah, I don't know. See
That
the
is
fits
elite.
or work.
Now that-
And you're anti-bow tie.
Oh,
We
they're
got
wearing-
these
they're wearing
kids
little Raptors
rocking the
hats.
bow
High
tie.
level.
Little
Come on.
Raptors hats and bow tie. He
Come
threw
on.
the Raptors hats.
Yeah.
I like that
Unbelievable.
too.
It would look cooler if it was a bolo.
In the vest combo.
I don't think you could
short
put kids in
sleeves.
bolos. I don't think you're
Are
allowed
those
to put
CJ
kids in
McCollum's
bolos.
kids? Is that who that is?
I don't know. That
I don't
was
know who
cute,
that
though.
was. Yeah, that was great though.
I love
Team
that.
bow tie all the
Yeah.
way.
Team Bolo, man.
Yeah, no,
I'm with you,
guy,
Andrew.
come on.
Bolo.
The Denver Nuggets, they're not taking anyone. They're trading this pick to the San Antonio Spurs.
Interesting.
So the Spurs coming in and
Coming in hot.
potentially grabbing someone else. Okay, now for the Spurs, who do we think they're going
I'm
to
sure
take?
the Nuggets fans are loving this.
Oh, because what the Nuggets fans love is the idea of like,
The Spurs
maybe they
getting
don't
better.
want to pay for another player on this
Yeah.
roster.
Wow.
Yeah, this is
so
Oh,
rough.
this is interesting. So look, the San Antonio Spurs are moving up from 35.
okay.
They're also sending 2 seconds to get this pick
They
and
got a
selecting
guy.
Terrace Reed Jr.
Dude,
I like that. We talked
love
about that
earlier. This is
Absolutely. So
And-
now you have lots of depth to
Yeah.
build with
Yeah.
on
And
that
now
interior.
Jaden can be a swing and a miss. If
Absolutely. Can be
Yeah.
a swing and a miss. You can play Wemby and Terrence
This is
Reed
perfect.
next to each other. Like this is a
I like that a lot.
great pickup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This might be my favorite pick of the draft.
I think the Spurs are low-key winners of this
Yeah.
draft. One
Mhm.
of the winners, obviously, but between Quaintance at 20 and then getting Terrace Reed, like again,
As a chisel grown man right
Yeah.
there.
no, he absolutely is.
Like he's one of those guys you sit on press row and you go like, man.
He just has such great control and touch around the basket
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
like I know he's a little older, but like you just don't see with college big men a whole lot, right? Like that just ability to find the angle around the box. Like he's
Yeah.
just man, he's so controlled.
I think he would be. He's like, can he play the 4?
No.
He's a okay. All right. I'm just wondering. Next to
Maybe with
Wembanyama,
Wemby on the floor,
right,
you
next
think
to
it's
Wembanyama,
impossible. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
but-
Wemby can guard 4.
yeah,
You know?
Right, right.
what-
or be the 4.
The thing that's difficult with their pairing is they like to keep Wemby so much in the paint defensively,
Yeah.
and having him get out because
Yeah.
like those other 4 have to kind of run around. I don't know, but maybe they just see him as a bench piece when Wemby's off the floor because as we talked about earlier, when Cornette came on, like it was a drop
disaster.
off. So he's not necessarily to play along with Wemby; he's to play when Wemby's off the floor.
So from Jared Weiss of The Athletic, Jaden Acquaintance says he still has a little pain in his knee and will need another procedure to clean up his meniscus, which has not been scheduled yet.
Man,
So
they
That stinks.
just mishandled that situation in the last year.
I know you mentioned earlier, like you thought, if I'm remembering this correctly, like you thought it was kind of pressure from the family of like get him back on the court. Was
I
that-
think they wanted him earlier than even Kentucky. If I don't want to like put out there, but from what I remember hearing was that like he came earlier than even Kentucky was expecting for
Really?
him
Wow.
to get in the lineup. So like they just I don't know.
That-
Somebody mishandled that,
Yeah.
and like because there was no reason to like. Kentucky knew when they were getting him, he was coming off an ACL
Right.
and
Yeah,
blah, blah,
yeah,
blah,
yeah.
blah. Like he came back too early and then they didn't have him at all. It's crazy if he has to have another procedure and he's had all this time of doing nothing.
right.
Like, why is this other procedure happening now? But let's remember, he did just turn 19.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just turned
Like
that-
there
and-
is time
Yeah,
here.
and also
This is a franchise that doesn't need him to go right away.
Yeah.
So like this is almost like a draft and stash.
right.
Yeah.
type
And
of
the Spurs
situation.
would be aware of this need for another procedure, like
Probably.
doing the medicals
Absolutely.
and everything.
Yeah,
So like
absolutely.
they have to be comfortable.
If he
with
just
this.
dropping that on him now.
Yeah, like, oh, by the way, this thing hurts.
This is scheduled for
This
August.
knee is a bag of soup right now. We need to solidify this. Yeah.
Well, look, to your guys' point, they also get insurance in Terrace Reed Jr.
Yeah.
And I think they are winners, one of the winners of this draft, just because they lost their minutes by a lot when Luke Cornette was on the
Yeah.
floor. And Cornette will still play an important role for them in the regular season.
Sure.
But bringing in Reed, you get another guy who can fill minutes at the 5. I think that's a home run for them next to Victor Wembanyama.
And it cost them what, the 35 and a couple of second-round picks?
35 and 2 second-round picks.
And look, I know I'm
I like it.
more in the minority on this than most, but like I think a second-round pick is the most overrated thing you can have in terms of draft capital.
I know I'm with you just because like they are sweeteners,
right?
If anything,
yeah. Like if it helps you push a deal across, sure, because it always adds to, and 4 second-round picks in the press release, but the hit rate is like over the last 20 years, like you might get 5 or 6 guys in the second round who can play year after year, and some of that is lopsided. From
this is a deep draft, though.
Yeah. This is a deep draft, but I'm just like in the future of what that's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Some years you get 10 guys in the second round who can really play. Some years you get 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so to give up a couple of second-round picks to move up to get Terrace Reed, knowing that Acquaintance is going to need another procedure, and you're adding this depth down the road anyway, I think this is a brilliant move.
I like it a lot. And now it's the Boston Celtics on the clock. A team that might have got Giannis Antetokounmpo, almost got Giannis Antetokounmpo, potentially got Giannis Antetokounmpo, in hypotheticals.
And now they get an angry Jaylen Brown.
And now they get a very angry Twitch streaming
Jaylen Brown. At least he's on Twitch constantly to
add to the
add
lore
fuel
of
to the
this thing.
fire. Absolutely.
In Twitch, where people just watch you play video games.
That used to be what it was.
used to
Now
be,
they'll just watch you
They'll
talk.
just watch you.
Yes,
whatever.
absolutely.
This could be on Twitch,
That's right,
This
yeah.
really could.
Yeah.
It's funny. Anyways, Jaylen Brown is probably getting traded. Are we? Do you? Agree
I
with
don't
that?
know that that's true.
So you think they will somehow weather this storm?
I don't think they wanted to trade him just to get off his deal. They wanted. It was like,
They wanna
this is
improve.
what it's going to take for Giannis.
Yeah.
Right. Like that was just the structure of it. So okay, we will risk this to get Giannis. They didn't. Now, how do you repair that? I don't know. $142 million of a 2-year extension will probably help repair it.
This is also not the first time that they've been in the situation with Jaylen Brown. Kevin Durant sweepstakes where they decided not to trade Jaylen Brown. The Anthony Davis sweepstakes where they decided not to trade Jaylen Brown.
And I think also like if it wasn't coming off like such a weird, again, Twitch stream by him of saying like this is my favorite season ever, and people are like, you just blew a 3-1 lead.
Yeah,
That's
what is
crazy.
going on?
Like I don't think it would be as big of a deal.
And so the Boston Celtics are taking Chris Senac Jr. from Houston. Definitely a project, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And definitely a guy that like they have to mold. But in terms of the archetype of big man, perfectly fits what Boston wants from that position.
This is a team that needs rebounding, right? Like it's something that they struggle with throughout the year. They had ups and downs with defensive rebounding. Once he's able to be on the court, he's going to vacuum those boards.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean he just went to the school that teaches you how to rebound better than any other.
Yeah.
And what's cool with him is like the questions with him coming into college were his motor and like playing hard and being focused, that kind of thing. And he went to a school where like you better freaking do it or you're gonna Kelvin Sampson might kill you.
Yeah.
and he did and he had a pretty good year for them. If the jump shot comes around, like he's one of those theoretical guys of like, he's a shooter. He's able to shoot. I don't know if he's a good shooter yet, but it looks pretty good coming off his hand. I think he's a good mid-range shooter. Can he scoop back and hit that NBA 3? He could hit college threes, but not at a great rate. I think, but he's still really young. Like I think there's a possibility. And
starting that process early, it will benefit him down the road.
I think that as him as a pick and pop big guy that can rebound, there's a real use. I mean, there's a chance that he's a more effective NBA player in a couple of years than he was as a college player.
Right.
Defensively has, you're going to see here shot blocking. He's really big. Like he's got good size. Yeah. And there is some skill there. He just kind of struggles to finish around the basket a little bit.
Averse to physicality offensively, but when it comes to rebounding, right?
Yeah, but he didn't want to mix it up in the paint when it came. He wasn't backing you down and trying to score over his shoulder, which in college, like you need. When in the NBA, those opportunities aren't there as much. So I think he makes sense of like here's what he could become. And it's another franchise that doesn't necessarily need him to be anything right away. So I like the pick here for them, like who they are and the ability to just kind of put him in their ecosystem and see what it develops.
It's also the kind of like the right spot for him. This is the type of player that needs to go to the right situation. And I think Boston, given where they're at, again, they can kind of slow roll this thing. I think they like Amari Williams a lot, by the way, like
Yeah.
another big that they've kind of thrown into the system. Chris Senac maybe get some G League run.
Sure.
And by the way, their G League team is pretty awesome. Like the main Celtics, almost always competitive.
Yeah. Which is what you want from that G League. You want him
Yeah.
in competitive situations to
Absolutely.
learn how to like really do that stuff, furthering what he learned at Houston.
100%. I like this pick. How close to Sam? Can we get a confirmation on that?
Where he had seen.
We're on Sam watch.
Let's see. He had him 22.
22.
Yeah.
Watch King.
So his.
It reminds me a little bit of like post injury. No, I was gonna say post injury Red Panda. Like, yeah, you can still put on a show, but it's not the same. Yeah, it's not
Jaden.
We're a long way away from 13 for 13, at least off the board, right?
That's true.
That's tough. Yeah.
Hey, that's how it shakes out.
Once it got to like 13, 14, like there was a lot of different outcomes.
That's true.
Possible.
Yeah. It also feels a little bit like we're like, I don't know, LeBron passed on that last possession. Like it feels like that kind of nitpicking of what Sam does a little bit. Yeah.
Dude, if there is one guy, Sam, with his draft guide, which I would recommend anybody to read if you're interested in this NBA draft, like go out and read that draft.
If you
guide.
are a sicko.
If you are a sicko,
I've got the guy for
remember
you.
who it was, but
he's in Australia.
Yeah.
He watches basketball 24 hours a day.
There was this random guy on the Miami Heat summer league team years and years and years ago. And he was like just a normal looking dude, but had like crazy long arms. And I like was sitting next to Sam. And I was like, this guy's arms are crazy. Like, but I've never heard of this guy in my life. And he gave me a full breakdown of who this guy was,
who his parents were.
Yeah, exactly. Like who his family was.
That's my favorite part of the draft, guys.
Mother's Gene. Father's is Doug. Yeah. But he gave me this full breakdown. I was like, and it was a stupid question. I was like, how do you know that? He goes, it's what I do. I was like, yeah, it is. I know it's what you do, but that's a guy no one in here but you and the team knows.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the Minnesota Timberwolves are now on the clock. Technically.
Yeah.
Yes.
Put a Wolves hat on, whoever this is.
Yes.
And
it will
has
be
it
going
already been traded?
It has.
Yeah.
Okay.
This was part of the Julius Randle deal.
It's
Yeah.
going to be
Brooklyn.
the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah.
Who I think are just like, let's take the best player available. And
As they should.
they lost Cam Thomas. They need to add Malik Thomas. Just come on.
Dog, you are speaking my language.
Doesn't it make sense?
He is the most Cam Thomas of this draft.
Yeah.
To defend Cam Thomas,
He gets
two teams
Nobody-
waived him last year.
nobody can defend Cam
could,
Thomas.
so that they could tank.
Yeah, that
All
is
right?
true. That is true.
League leader in being waived to tank.
Who do you guys think they take here? The Nets? Because, like, again, it is
I feel
best
like a
player
broken
available.
record. Cole Pete, man. Like,
Cole-
is it, like, how is he?
It's a good point.
You're 28th in the draft. You're Brooklyn. Like, you just need guys who can have some kind of.
Cole Pete and Julius Randle has to be like the strongest.
Look, I don't know that that's a good idea, but I also don't think Julius Randle's there long term. So I don't know. Yeah. But I feel like for upside at this point, I don't know that there's anyone else in this draft that is going to have what he has.
Right.
Even if you don't fully believe in him, like I think you just got to take the swing.
Is there anybody else other than Pete that you might?
What do they really need?
They
Just
need-
talent?
Literally everything.
They need
Everything.
good
They
basketball
literally need
players.
someone who can be on an NBA court.
Yeah. Genuinely talent.
Yeah.
That's all they need.
I mean, the best player still on the board.
I don't say this to be mean, but Danny Wolf was not the worst first round pick they had last year. Like
that is true.
Yeah,
It's
like
true.
that's how
That's
little
where they're at right
young
now.
talent they had last year, even though they had 5 first round picks.
I mean, like I'm looking at
Jefferson?
Henry Vase.
Jefferson?
Yeah, Joshua Jefferson's
Yeah,
interesting.
I mean, a guy
He's
that
probably
could-
too old for their timeline.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's,
I mean, taking a swing on Malik Thomas actually probably makes sense for them, right?
a guy that can just get a bucket.
Richie
knock down some
Saunders would
shots.
be cool.
Way too old for them.
Yeah, that is true.
He's coming off an injury as well.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean he's like 25. Right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he's
No, he's
yeah.
He is of the Mormon faith.
All right, let's see what the Brooklyn Nets are going to do with this pick.
By the way, the rebrand of the Timberwolves, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, fire,
10 out of 10.
incredible.
Oh my
Thank
God.
you for doing that.
Yes.
Let's see.
They went old school, huh?
Because they had those
I love it.
nautical ones. a
Joshua
couple years ago.
Jefferson to the Brooklyn Nets. So
Someone who can play.
someone who can play,
Yeah.
He's probably the best player on the board.
an adult in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Which you'll need. Yeah. Jordy Fernandez like, thank you.
yeah,
Like,
please.
yeah.
Someone who is a little bit older. Talk to me about Joshua Jefferson and just like the player that the Nets are adding here?
He's a guy that can be your creator. Like he really was really good in transition this year, was good at setting up other guys. Like he is the old man version in college basketball.
Walks like an old man. He walks like me. This is
he's coming off an injury.
okay. I'm always coming off an injury. So yeah, that's
like he
that was
is,
concerning. I was like, I know that walk.
He was the Big 12's Cam Boozer.
Yeah.
And even better downhill. Like when he was coming at you, it was like, man.
Why wasn't he higher on like just
was
long
it
time?
age?
I mean,
it an
he's a
age thing?
4th year guy.
Yeah.
He's not very tall.
Right.
I mean, what did he measure?
I think like 6'8", 6'9". Let's see.
He definitely did measure 6'9".
Hold on. Let's
He
see.
probably 6'8", maybe 6'7".
6'7", 3/4. Yeah.
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 6'7".
So that that not an elite athlete, but like I said, he is a load coming at you downhill.
Yeah.
Like look at this physicality that he plays with.
I mean, the comparisons you get for the NBA has been Kyle Anderson this whole time.
Yep.
Do you think that's accurate?
I mean, Kyle Anderson was such a guard, and he did do guard-like things this year. I don't like that for him.
It also, by the way, again, matches the type that the Brooklyn Nets have, like playmaking from their position.
I mean, is Jalen Wilson still on there?
He is.
He kind of similar.
Shaden Sharp is on there as well.
A little bit. Now, he's one of those guys. It's possible that he's an excellent college player, and he's just not big enough or dynamic enough to work in the NBA.
Yeah.
But really, really, really smart player. Defensively, man, they get after it. He plays really hard. Iowa State is like so smart at finding guys in the portal that are undervalued and plugging them in, and they turn into, he turned into an All-American. So, and he's come from 2 programs, St. Mary's and Iowa State, where he's been coached really, really well.
Yeah.
And programs that get the most out of guys. So like if you're worried, they were getting the most, maybe the upside's not here, but he's a guy that should be able to come in and like play right away.
Yeah,
Especially
I feel like his floor is
Brooklyn.
very high, right? Of just like being able to be on the floor.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's,
The Cleveland
the
Cavaliers.
size is what maybe concerns you, but the skill is all there.
Yeah.
Doesn't it feel like the Cleveland Cavaliers need to take Kobe? Like he's just
man.
Is he there? Have they even,
That's a good question.
him,
Yeah.
I don't think.
I would
that's a
say-
great question.
I don't think he got invited.
I kind of think Isaiah Evans is the move here. Like they got a lot of
shooter.
wings who I guess are legally shooters, but playoffs come and it doesn't. I think Isaiah Evans is someone who you could trust to play right away.
Let me stop you right
he's
there.
one of those guys that line drives.
Yeah.
They just go in,
Yeah.
man.
We got to trade.
Thank God. Who's traded for Henry Visar?
Maybe it's the Sacramento Kings because they just traded for the 29th pick.
Interesting.
From a Kings perspective, you know what? I'll say it. Go and get Kobe.
I don't hate that.
Just get the best player.
They want someone like in theory. What Scott Perry wants to do is 1, gut this roster, but 2,
tear it down.
reshape it in like physical, defensive minded. Like I don't know
They
that he's
got Acuff,
but like they want a physical player. Pete's a physical player.
Yeah, and I think he could play with Reno.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Reno's like he's versatile enough. I think you can put him next to a lot of guys. And you can make it work.
The Sabonis question is there always, but I think like you can kind of get like a forward to develop there in Pete, physicality.
I don't think Sabonis is long for this
I don't think
franchise.
so either.
Whether that's this year or next year, he's going to be gone. DeRozan's going to be gone at some point.
Yeah.
Like they
should go young and get the best possible player they can get. Who
completely.
cares about the position?
Yeah, exactly.
If it's a point guard, even though you just got a point guard,
They
just go get a point guard.
need players
Like
who can play.
that's not what the position is right now.
How about this? A Malik Thomas,
I will
Darius Acuff reunion.
Malik Thomas would be like, man, I just want
I just want to shoot. Why did I keep getting with this guy?
again?
You guys, this is going to be interesting. So the Sacramento Kings are going to take UConn's Alex Caravan.
Interesting. Okay.
National champion.
Yeah.
Multi-year
Old man.
guy. Old man. How old is he? Is he 30 yet?
23.
I'm kidding. Actually, I interviewed Alex Caravan. Very, very nice guy. Very cool dude.
Redshirted, so he's a 5th-year guy.
He's a 5th-year
Was
dude.
it weird to interview someone older than you?
Yeah, it was just like, do you
Yeah.
have any tips on the salt and pepper hair?
Yeah.
Just for men. I guess this is an interesting pick for the Kings because I thought they would go younger.
Anybody that spent 5 years with Hurley he just deserves a first round contract.
Yeah, fair enough.
And like had to go deep into those seasons.
He's gonna get to them and be like, wow, no one's yelling at me. This is why is Doug Christie so nice to me?
Final weekend for 3 years with this man.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
Floor spacer, like just the perfect glue guy. Probably good for a Darius Acuff to be teammates with.
Yeah,
fair.
Like you're getting a veteran who's coming in to your franchise. So.
It is interesting though, because like you feel like they would rather take the best player available, and there's.
I mean, he might be the best current player available.
Right. Yeah,
sure.
we don't know what that growth is with him, but like in terms of being able to play. Yeah, maybe that's the case. Yeah, he can shoot. He's
with the weird shot.
Weird shot.
He does have
sure.
weird shot.
Yeah.
It goes in.
But he can also he's someone who's like be able to compete defensively, and I think he'll be in position a lot, and like he knows how to play, right?
Yeah. So Alex Caravan for the Sacramento Kings, who swoop in here in 29 and grab him. The final pick will be made by, hopefully, I think, the Dallas Mavericks.
Why not?
All right, Dusty.
There have been a lot of trades.
What you got? Are they going to give Dusty?
Is there another Michigan guy in this
That's a great
draft
question.
to just find? Is there anybody? Can they make up a Michigan player to draft? I mean, look, who do you guys think the Mavericks are going to? Oh,
they're trading it.
they're trading it.
Of course.
It is. It's that time of the year.
It's that time of the night. Yeah.
The Suns are trading in for number 30.
Interesting.
And I actually think this will be the Coapete team. Arizona.
Yes,
guys.
absolutely.
He is from there.
Absolutely.
I think this
that
is
wins the
Coapete
fans
team.
over there.
That does. It makes all the sense.
I'm surprised if it's not Coapete right now.
I would be shocked. Watch it be Malik Thomas,
I would love it.
or Henry Basar.
Put Malik Thomas and Jalen Grant on the same team. I'm all in. Like this is kind of the opposite of, hey, DeAndre Ayton's a local guy. Let's take him number one, right? Like this is all right. You swing for the fences here. They do need size at the forward position. They need a 4 in there. They need some toughness. Like Jordan Ott coached a very physical defense, a very physical team. I think he fits into that. He's not a shooter, obviously, and they wanted to get up a bunch of threes with their role players.
I actually really like the Suns' young guys, like Rasheed Fleming.
Yeah. Oh, I love Fleming. Yeah.
I think Malawach still needs some time.
Yeah, but I'm big on his like prospects. I just think he needs a lot of seasoning. Yeah.
And look, Coapete kind of adds to the like size, physicality.
Yeah.
Like, slap for the Phoenix Suns. Slap everybody.
And also like the Suns were. They can say whatever they want. They were a lot better than they thought they were going to be last year, right?
Sure.
So they were maybe ahead of schedule. Maybe that was just teams will take you more seriously, so you are in more of a developmental role just within the hierarchy of the West going into next season.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they can't compete. Doesn't mean they can't make the play-in tournament and maybe even get into the postseason. But this is a team that still very much is resetting what it had with the Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal situation.
I know we're just assuming it's going to be Coapete because it probably will be.
If he doesn't go, does he go play defensive end in the NFL?
It is also
the Cardinals have his rights or something. Yeah,
I'm confirming here that it is Coapete that they're getting. I feel like with a guy like Koa, he has to go to the right spot. It has to be a place that makes sense for him. Do you feel like this is the right developmental fit for him? Just being back home, I guess.
I mean, he can go hang out with down the road with Phil Beckner. Maybe he can fix his jump.
Sure.
There you go. Yeah.
Get some shots up at the gym.
I think that it's not surprising that he's fallen so much because I've been saying it for like when I talk to scouts this year, college games. I'm at a lot of Big 12 games because I live in Kansas City. Go over to the Talon Fieldhouse to talk with scouts a lot about Big 12 guys. And it's like, what does he do at an NBA level that is really translatable? Like he was a really good college player.
Yeah.
And he's one of those, we had the discussion earlier today of like those guys that before we were on air, of those guys that developmentally, physically early on are so overpowering that they can overpower kids in the high school level. And then when they get to college, maybe they can still kind of do that. But then when you get to the NBA, it's like,
you're playing against grown men.
You got to have skill. And the shot is a real concern. Finishing amongst bigs, like go to the Michigan game. He struggled.
Right.
But there is some like the best case scenario for him is where you see the connectivity of like early on, like the Florida game, right at the beginning of the season. He was fantastic, and they put him in the middle of the floor, and they gave him the ball in short rolls, and he can make some plays for others. Like there is some intelligence there, and there is the winning stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, Arizona was the second best team in college basketball this year. Like they were terrific. He can offensive rebound. He can defensive rebound. Defensively, he's going to be able to hold his own. So I understand it. I was surprised when he was like for most of the year considered a lottery type guy. And I was like, can you explain this to me, how he's a lottery type guy? But here I can get
at this
value.
value.
I mean, obviously I'm higher on him, but like I think 30 is kind of crazy. I think in the 20s is fine. But
I mean, we said Koa Pete for the last like 5.
I feel like I've said Koa Pete more than I've said anything in this
Great
draft.
thing for him though, like how pissed off are you? And like I'm going to prove the world wrong.
Absolutely. I think that's a
Absolutely.
great chip on your shoulder kind of attitude. And I do think with the way Jordan Ott's team played last year, there is a frantic pace to it that I actually think he could thrive in. Like he'll have to like cut down on some mistakes and stuff. And shooting is going to be a necessity at a certain point.
Yeah.
But with him, like getting up and down, flying all over the floor, I think he can actually find a lot of value in his physicality by playing that style. It's just he will need to learn how to slow down in the half court and contribute at a certain point. He'll have to find a position defensively, but I think Jordan Ott can get a lot out of him.
All 30 picks are in. Guys, it's been a pleasure.
It's been great.
I do have 2 questions to kind of wrap with you guys. First, who's the best player available for round 2 remaining? Is it Malik Thomas?
I mean,
I gotta say it is Malik Thomas.
Probably, like, I think Malik Thomas is the most fun, talented player available. It's probably Isaiah Evans to me. It's like a safer guy. Yeah.
How about yourself?
Isaiah Evans with the upside, because man, he can really shoot it. And another microwave type guy, second unit guy. Another guy that's kind of like that. He's a little undersized because I think he's a 2 guard. I've always loved Ryan Conwell.
Yeah, I like Conwell a lot.
He can really shoot it. So he's interesting. Bruce Thornton's an interesting guy that's undersized, but and I'm not saying he is the best, the Jalen Brunson, the best guy in the playoffs. But like Jalen Brunson succeeds as an undersized guy because he's so strong, and Bruce Thornton, he is a tank.
Bruce Thornton's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I could see him succeeding as an NBA player.
Emmanuel Sharp, I think, would be.
I like Sharp a lot. Yeah.
I like Sharp. He competes. He's a little undersized. The shooting's streaky, but man, a guy that like is a professional. Baba Miller is interesting in that like he's always been a guy that's like, what could he be if it all clicks? And it kind of started to click this year. It's for Cincinnati. Like they weren't terrific.
Also, like he has such a cool name.
Baba Miller's great. Also,
yeah.
like that, like they don't have the roster spot, but imagine him in the Thunder system. That's a guy that could develop.
Yeah.
So
Baba Miller.
I like Baba as a swing.
Yeah.
Nick Boyd, a former Dusty May player, was terrific this year, and it could be a fun off the bench guy. There's some fun like college guys that are still left. That it'll be yes, a couple of these guys are gonna.
I like Lamar Wilkinson, but I like shooters. So
a lot of reasons to stick around.
Nick Martelli, yeah.
Second round of the draft, a lot of reasons to stick around. I mean, look, they've made it a 2-day event for a reason. This is the reason.
But they're sending us home.
They're sending us home, which is fine by me, no problem. I will say, the other question I have, this one is a little bit more important here. Winners of this draft, losers of this draft. Really quick reactionary stuff for me, if you can.
I mean, Spurs won this draft, right?
Spurs won the draft.
Yeah, even if with the Acquaintance knee operation needs to come, they filled needs with great efficiency. Loser of this draft.
Is there a loser?
I don't love the way Andrew Schlecht reacted to a lot of this Thunder stuff. So I don't know that the Thunder lost, but I feel like his spirit lost a little bit.
Andrew Schlecht is one of the losers of the
just his spirit. Just his spirit. Yeah.
The Grizzlies getting both getting Cam Boozer to fall to them, which is probably a dream scenario for them. And then picking up Bennett Stirtz. I like that for them.
Yeah.
I could see them being a winner.
Thunder got Bennett Stirtz.
Oh, the Thunder. That's
they
right.
got
Right.
Kareem Lopez. I
That's right.
believe.
Okay,
So
no, they're no longer.
they're no longer the winners. They're back
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
losers.
Golly,
of
all
this
these
draft.
trades.
Hornets had a great draft too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I did
their
like
draft.
what the Hornets did.
Yeah.
I like the 76ers being able to get Phylon at 22.
I'm going to go ahead and say the Washington Wizards are winners
Sure,
of
yeah,
this
that's-
NBA draft because they got the number 1 pick and they now have someone to build around. Honestly, any of the top 4 teams are winners of this draft. Guys, it has been a pleasure. It's been awesome.
Phenomenal job.
It's been a lot of fun. We, at some point in this thing, had like over 600 people listening and tuning into us, which is a lot of fun to do. Thank you very much to everybody who has watched along here at the Athletic NBA Daily. From myself, for CJ Moore, from Zach Harper, from Andrew Schlecht, who I'm throwing a coaster at. Thank you very much for tuning in to the NBA Draft live show from here in Chicago. We'll see you guys later. A lot of stuff coming, by the way. Summer League soon. We've got some reactionary stuff as well. Sam Vecini's going to be coming on, I believe, with Andrew to break down the actual winners and losers of this draft. We'll see you guys later. Take care.